likes the pain I deep down. She likes the pain I deep down. She likes the
Stir me while I'm whipping, babe. Cool out, you know I got it. Win another four, babe. Chop, chop, breaking down this product. Turn me up, Mark. We riding out, you worry about my comings and my goings. And I'm going out doing 100 miles per hour, blood blowing. Cause I'm stressed. I fight the tight feeling in my chest. But pity ain't in me, keep that for the rest. I'ma cook up, break it down, back it up, and do that shit. Hurry up, we back, we up, so girl, be good for goodness sakes. If you wanted a clown, go back to the streets. The circus hold you down, wolf tickets go for cheap. As for me, I'ma stay wrist deep. Get off another elbow and flex his bicep in the streets. Don't know better, ask about me. I'm solid from the lock, follow goals to submit on my feet. Stir me while I'm rapping, babe. Cool out, you know I got it. Win another four, babe. Chop, chop, breaking down this product. Now stir me while I'm whipping, babe. Cool out, you know I got it. Win another four, babe. Chop, chop, breaking down this product.
Let's try that
Can't hear you.
again. Let's try that again. Hey, good evening, everybody. I am your host, Jay Strada, and this is the SPS podcast. And today we'll be looking at the dark side of social media, escaping the addiction trap. We're going to introduce our panelists and get straight to it. So, y'all, welcome Wardy to the panel. What's going on, brother? Y'all make some noise for Bino. What's good, bro?
Yo, what's happening? Gang.
Ready. Everybody welcome Giovanna to the stage. What's going on? We also got Brittany in the building. What's going on, Britt?
Ladies.
All right, how y'all doing today?
All right.
That's what's up. That's
Smooth,
what's up.
man.
Y'all ready?
Let's
Everybody
get
good?
to it.
All right, let's do it. I start to say, let's turn it up. Let's turn it up. So, just like normal, we're going to get straight into our statistics, and we're going to dive in and get your opinion on it. Cool?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. So, by the numbers, more than 210 million people worldwide suffer from addiction to social media. Symptoms of depression are twice as likely to appear in teens who spend 5 to 7 hours a day on their smartphones. Social media disagreements between couples account for 1 in every 3 divorces. 43% of teens feel bad if no one likes their post, and 7 in 10 teens who use social media for over 5 hours are at a higher risk of committing suicide or self-deletion. We're going to let that sit for a second. Then I'm going to get my panelists to give their opinions on what they think. All right. So, based on the statistics, Which one jumps out at you all? Let's go with Giovanna.
I say the ones that jump out the most is the one that kind of revolves around the teens, especially the suicide one, because we actually starting to see an increase of death by suicide in the teens. And it's it's not like back in the day where we really didn't have all of this, so we
Right.
weren't really worried about social media. That one, and then the 43%, because it seemed like they're looking for validation somewhere, which kind of drives it to the death by suicide one.
Makes sense. All right, let's go with Wardy. Which statistic popped out to you the most? Can't hear you, brother.
What about now?
Perfect.
Good. All right. 71% of all Americans check their Facebook daily. That's to me a staggering number. Like,
Facts.
and also the ones that 43% of teens feel bad if no one likes their post. 43%. Sorry.
Why does that
That's-
one stand out to you so much?
Because it shows the need of validation in our youth, and it's, their mood can be changed whether someone likes something they're sharing or not.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I would love to see what it says for the adults, because you got some adults that need that
Right.
validation too.
No, that's a fact. Brittany, which statistic stood out to you the most?
I did a 71 because it said log in. And baby, most people ain't even got to log in. It's already up and ready to go on their phone. Okay, I
Right.
roll up. I'm speaking for
Right.
myself. I roll up. Let me see what's up here today. Like, look, I ain't even check to see if my legs or toes are wiggle or nothing. I'm already done grab my phone. I mean, this just out of habit. Probably for, I'm not gonna say everybody on this panel, but for a good amount of people that first thing you do is check that after the alarm go off. The next one will probably be the divorce rate.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 1 out of 3. I mean, because there's just so much temptation out there at the touch of a fingertip, and I'm pretty sure it's all about what you liking, or let me back up, loving now, because you can love it now. We're back in the day, we just only liking, so now you can love. Oh, you love her pictures, or you're doing this, and you DM this person. So it's just a lot of chaos, and just adding to what Giovanna said about the youth being suicidal. When we came along, we could lead that drama at school. You know what I'm saying? Now it follows them everywhere. All they do is pick up the phone and someone either doing some type of cyberbullying or whatever, or doing whatever the case may be, so they can never really get away from it. At least when you were at home, you had peace. All you do is just them pick up the phone. But now it's always there. So
Makes sense. Last but not least, Bino, which one stuck out to you the most?
For the ones y'all said for sure, that 43%. The one Brittany said for sure, that 1 out of 3 marriages. That's 33.3%.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Because of social media, it's
Mhm.
crazy because you got so
Agree.
many other things that get into marriage that would cause two people to get a divorce. But for social media to probably be at 1 out of 3, to probably be the highest reason is crazy.
Right.
That 210 million now. Did that 210 million y'all remind y'all? It was that in America or the world?
I think that was in the America, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
They say
crazy.
worldwide. More
No,
than
that was worldwide. I'm
210
sorry.
million stuff
Worldwide.
is
Okay.
worldwide.
That
Hard
makes
to
a
tell.
difference. That makes a difference.
Yep.
But I would assume the big bulk of them, that 202 million, is in America. I would assume. I could be wrong. And knowing that it's probably approximately 350 million people that stay in this country.
Yeah.
Either
That's
way,
tough.
if we got 50 million, that's a big bulk of the country.
Right.
So yeah, those two, that 1 out of 3 and that 210, that popped out.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Like I said, man, it's a lot to think about. We're going to get, without further ado, into our first video for this evening. I'm going to play the video, then I'm going to ask the question, and we'll go from there. Make sure you all are unmuting so you can actually hear the audio.
Do me a favor and watch this video.
This motherfucker just died, bro. He just died, bro. Holy fuck.
What you just saw is a guy going to take a selfie in front of a guy he just watched get stabbed to death. Social media didn't do this. The impulse to behave like this has been inside of us forever, but never before in history has behavior like this been rewarded at such a massive scale. And guess what? This story doesn't have a happy ending. A fiance lost her partner. A daughter lost her dad. And this fucker is 1,000,000 times more famous than he ever dreamed of being because of this video. He got the fame he was chasing. And the worst part of it is that we made him famous. Society is a mirror of the individuals inside of it. So tell me, when you look in the mirror, what do you see?
Tough there. All right, let's get to the question. So based off the video you all just saw, the question that I want to pose to you all is, what's the problem? Is it social media or is it how we use it? And let's go with Bino.
Shoot, I first want to respond to that guy that was masked up. I don't agree with him. I think it's definitely because of social media, because we see it so much, you know. So once you see something so much, it's like almost like a subconscious instinct to do the same. Because before social media, if you would have seen somebody dead, I don't think you would have walked up and recorded them or took a picture with them. You know what I mean? Without social media, even if you had phones. But as far as the problem, is social media how we use it? I can't really say how we use it. I could say social media because it doesn't have any restrictions on how we use it. As much as you allow somebody to do, they will do. I think that's for just about everybody. You know what I mean? So if they had restrictions where that stuff couldn't be on social media, people wouldn't think to record and post it, right? Because they know it's not allowed. Being that it's allowed, being that you see it all the time, you can go on the internet, you're going to see all types of worldly things going on, involving violence, involving people dying, you're going to see it. So it's almost comes like a subconscious instinct. I can't even say that if I were to see somebody today that I wouldn't pull out my phone and record it, and not for the purpose of wanting to be famous, but it comes instinctive after a while, if you ain't careful of thinking before you do. So I would say it's more so social media than how we use it.
Okay, let's go with Brittany. What's the problem? Social media or how we use it?
I'm going to say how we use. Kind of heard Bino say that we don't. There aren't any restrictions, but there are restrictions. That's why people get put in Facebook jail and all those things like that. So they do have restrictions, just that people don't, I guess, abide by them. And then also, it depends on, I guess, if somebody reporting them. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many people on the net where they can't catch them all. But I do feel like it's us. We control it all. It's just like anything. The more power you give it, the more, you know what I'm saying, the bigger it's going to get. If we don't give it to, you know what I'm saying, all this negativity that we're feeding into, like you said, every time someone sees a fight, first thing they do is pull out a phone. Like you said, see an accident, they pull out a phone. Like, no one is stopping to ask to help. No one is stopping to say, hey, break this up, don't do this. It's normal people just want to catch the action so they can post it on World Star. So I believe it's going to be us.
Gotcha.
See,
All right,
that's
let's
what I
go.
was about.
Go ahead, Woody. You good?
Nah, that's what I was
Go
about
you
to
next.
speak of you know, Bino, I think he was speaking to more so of like the world stars and the, things of that nature that don't have the restrictions and kind of promote the fights and the, the violence to get on world star, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like, if you can catch something violent or something, wild out happening, you can get famous on world star quick. Like, so I mean, I personally think it's the way we use it. Regardless if it had restrictions or if it didn't. Like, I mean, what we do with it is what we do with it. It's just I look at it like a gun. Like, if you just got a loaded gun sitting on the counter, 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna go off. You know what I'm saying? It's when you put the action of doing whatever you do with it. You know what I'm saying, to make it work. So that's how I look at it. Something social media as well. You feel me?
Makes sense. And Giovanna, what's the problem? Is it social media or is it how we use it?
I would have to agree is how we use it. Social media is a gift and a curse. So in that case, he probably could have used it a little bit better. Because as you can see, like some of crimes and stuff that's been going on, had it not been for social media, some people probably not have had the justice that they have, or the support in actually trying to get justice. So, like I said, it's how we use it.
Yeah. I think it speaks to the psychology of us as people. I think that the problem, like you said, isn't the platform. I think it's the lack of forethought that social media has conditioned us to be in. So, like, if someone were to get shot, let's say they were, before they were deleted, you could have possibly used the time it took to pull out your phone to render aid. because your first thought is to record them, you know what I'm saying? Like it takes away precious time that could have been used to a dial 911 or even get help, right? And like to Giovanna's point, if people weren't quick to, expose some of these things, then a lot of the video footage that we do have wouldn't exist. So I think it's a double-edged sword, but I do think I would lean more towards it's how we use it versus the platform itself.
And with y'all being said that, right? And I get what
Uh,
y'all saying. I get that perspective as well, right? But with that being said, like, say for instance, murder wasn't illegal, and then you could kill somebody off GP. When way more, when probably on this platform, other people will kill way more people and not have a second thought about it if it was legal and you know you could get away with it. So it's like Facebook got restrictions on like nudity and cursing, but they don't got no nudity. They don't got no restrictions on showing that violence or showing somebody laid out on the ground bleeding out. They might do a little, the little blur thing, but you still know what's going on. So why would they restrict cursing? You can't even see no naked whatever, but you can see that.
Mm.
If people couldn't post it for it to go viral, they wouldn't do it. If murder was legal, way more people would kill.
okay. So you
It's
think
like
it's
that's
the
how I look at it as the psychology of a human. Like it's subconscious programming to do the same that you see all the time. Like just like if everybody was to wear the same brand of shoes, like you got to be a special individual not to be attracted to those shoes as well. You know what I mean? So as far as the mask, that's the only reason why I say that. But if I had to blame somebody, I would blame more so the access to be able to. Because I remember when social media started, like Facebook, in particular, like there's no way in the world you can get that off, and people been dying. You know what I'm
right?
saying? So that's all the reason why I say that.
Mhm.
That makes sense. I don't know. Like I said, it's tough, man. I think that they work in concert, and I think it goes to the intention of the platform and the intention of the user. Like it's somewhere in between. It's somewhere on that scale in between. I think that since social media has been made in such a way to keep you browsing, keep you scrolling, it almost makes it so that you subconsciously have to live and fumble through life while being on social media. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so convenient to open and it's so convenient to be in, and we found ways to actually live our lives with our damn phones in our hand. You know what I'm saying? Like you literally be looking at your phone, and now you know how to walk with something in your face, versus before, you get a phone call or people just had to wait until you were free. So, but I still think that leans more towards human behavior. I don't know, bro. But I get what you're
Yeah,
saying. I get it.
it's definitely our eyes and our ears for sure. It's definitely our eyes and our ears and our mouth. For some
Mhm.
people.
Definitely. It's
All
a
right,
whole
look.
person. It's a whole persona for some people. It's a whole life for some people. People in the metaverse now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like people is living whole different lives, being whoever they want to be in the metaverse. So
that makes
it's
sense.
changing. It's definitely changing.
Absolutely. Let's get to some of our comments. Shout out to TB. TB says social media is the problem. Also, he followed up with, I'm with Bino on this one. It's the platform, not the people. I see it. Well, I get it. I definitely understand it, man. Let's get into our next video. I call this one a pool party experiment. I'm going to play the video, then we'll get to the questions and kind of see the effects that social media plays and how we move around in our day to day. Let's get to it.
Here's how I hacked my way from having an empty table to having everyone begging to be around me at the hottest Miami pool party. First, I got the most advanced Wi-Fi system on the market, the Eero Pro 6. I then connected it to my phone's personal hotspot. This made my hotspot so strong that anyone looking for internet would see my hotspot first. I then also named it Free Pool Wi-Fi. I made the network open so anyone could connect to it. But to get access to the internet, you'd have to put in a password that I knew. I showed a photo of me and where I could be found. And people just kept coming up to me, asking me for the password, wanting to be around me, so I felt like the king of the party. Yo, follow me for more big brain hack.
All right. Let's get to the question. Let's see what's up. Let's see what we got here. The question I want to ask based on this video, do y'all think social media has made us less social? Do y'all think social media has made us less social? Let's start with Wardy. Has social media made us less social?
Mm, I don't think social media has made us less social. I think it has made us less real. Like, cause they didn't really want to be around him, but when he had something they wanted, then they wanted. You know what I'm saying? They made it cool to be social with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't think it's made us less social. It's made us kind of say fake. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't really know another way to describe it because those people would have never talked to bro if he didn't have. Well, I ain't gonna say never talked to him, but they would have been less likely to talk to him if he didn't have something they wanted. So yeah,
Makes sense.
And once they got it, more than likely, I mean, I guess you got to hover around him so he made them feel special. But once they didn't need it anymore, need to go on, they didn't went on
right.
about their lives.
Before I get
Or
to
were they
Giovanna,
getting
go ahead.
the Wi-Fi passwords? So I was saying, where they getting the social media passwords so they just can post and be like you say, less social and just be on their phones and not even enjoy the pool party? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that was my biggest point, Wardy, is the fact that y'all are at a fucking pool party and you're more concerned about connecting your phone around
Right.
all this water than actually getting in the pool. You know what I mean? Like, and the fact that he had the wherewithal to know that if I can find a way to boost signal, that people are gonna jump. Like, why would that be your first thought at a pool party? Is that you
Right.
even understand that people have such a dire need to be connected that even around water, y'all gonna find a way to this Wi-Fi. So I thought that was crazy. But let's go with Giovanna. Do you think social media has made us less social?
I think for depending on what setting we are, yes. But sometimes you can be at the dinner table and if you have kids there, and if everybody on their phone, then who's talking? Or when is the family bonding?
Right.
Maybe like a car ride if it's a thing or something like that. So I think in those aspects, sometimes it makes us a little bit more less social. Before the video that you actually showed, I think he was just trying to get the numbers, social media numbers up.
That makes sense. And Bino, do you think social media has made us less social, and why?
For me, I gotta break it down a little bit more. Like I think it's less the human interaction for sure. Um, I don't necessarily think so. We less human to human sociable, but we socialize every day. You know what I'm saying, to random people, to strangers through the internet. So the way we socialize is definitely has changed a bit much. I'm with Giovanna with the human to human interaction. For example, like she said, sitting at the dinner table. She like what he said, going to a club, like I do it. You feel me? I go out pretty often, and you can catch yourself in your phone scrolling through Facebook right in the club. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Amongst everybody else at one point in
Mm.
time. Um, so it definitely changed the way we socialize with each other for sure. And I think the human interaction is way less, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. And I think too, it made us start to develop more skills that will make miscommunication easier. What I mean by that is, if all we doing is posting to each other, and I have to now understand the inflection, I got to try to figure out what you meant by this. Even with the emoji, shit could be misconstrued. Like you just leave so much room for error. And then, like you said, you get to a place to where there are still there are still situations that require human interaction, job interviews, dates, parlays with your friends, conversations, and I think it's made us all socially inept. You know what I mean? We've gotten to a place to where it's so easy to share something versus putting thought into what you post. Like the fact that Facebook, for example, asks you what's on your mind, your first thought shouldn't be to share what somebody else did. Like, why is other people on your mind that much? Like, why is that your first go to is to share another person's post or to repost something? Like, I don't know. I think it's made us easier to control because we have this group thinking mentality. Like, I think social media has caused a herd mentality. And I think because we all have kind of moved away from each other, it becomes easier to justify not being sociable.
And like even with jobs, man, that's changing. Like most of your job interviews, a lot of your different, the jobs that's up to date going to ask you for Zoom meetings. Or when you're a part of that job, instead of going to the office, you'll catch you a Zoom recording. Like they'll send you a link. Watch this recording from. I know my job does it. So even that, it's less human interaction. Even with that, with these jobs, they making robots do most of the job. And whatever job you got, you mostly ain't dealing with nobody. You know what I'm saying? You dealing with yourself and whatever computer work you got going on. So
You're right. You're right.
you know what I'm saying? So
So you think the jobs are even acquiescing to the fact that we're less social?
yeah.
Interesting point. Yo, welcome CJ to the panel. What's going on, brother?
CJ, it's good, my boy.
How y'all doing?
That's good, my guy.
Living
So question: has social media made us less social?
Oh, you asking me? Hell yeah, shit. Yeah, it
Why you
definitely
say
made us
that?
less social. I know at one point I wasn't really big on my cell phone, and I used to like if I want to meet with somebody, hang out with somebody, I might send them a quick text, but I'm really just trying to meet up with them to talk in person. I wasn't big on the whole texting them. To this day, I'm still not big on FaceTime and all that. So I was always an in-person type of guy. So to run into a lot of people that would rather text you all day over like actually meeting up, hanging out, especially when you like 10, 15 minutes away, like you can't just pull up. Like, so I
Right.
think it's definitely made us less sociable, but I think it's less sociable in person. I feel like people
Yeah.
socialize with you through other means. Like they'll text you
Right.
all day, they'll try to FaceTime you, but as far as like meeting up in person to talk, I don't think so. I think that's a decrease way before even COVID's time frame. It just decreased where people don't try to like just meet up and just talk. That's how it is. It's definitely the physical part because everybody will talk all day, but as far as like meeting up with somebody and talk, nah, that's decreased dramatically.
Makes sense. I
Yeah.
totally get it. Definitely makes sense. We're gonna roll right into our next video, man. Speaking of us being less sociable, let's kind of dive into the lengths that people go through to maintain a persona and a facade on face or on social media in general. So we're gonna watch this next video, then we'll get to the next question. Make sure y'all unmute. I think we get the point, man. I think we get the point, man. That was insanity, man. Let me get y'all thoughts on that video before I even ask a question, man. That was just insane, yo.
Man, I feel like people like they really go out their way to get some likes, to get some attention, but through it has to be through social media for it to have meaning. I to this day I still never really comprehended the whole idea of let me position my food just right to take this picture. I remember I almost walked out on a date because the girl made me stop from eating to take a photo of the food. Girl, this is kickback Jack. What are you doing? Like, it's not that serious. Bro, I don't
Yo,
understand that. That's something that people do. They take photos of food. They take photos of them pretending like they about to go somewhere and go out. I called a girl out one time. She got dressed, making it seem like she was going to the club, and I knew for a fact that she wore that outfit, took the photo, and literally came to my house to chill, and we played video games. And I called her out on the post. I didn't care. I didn't care. I called her out on it. But I realized people do that. They get dressed,
yeah,
put a post in some quote from a line from a song, or say they about to go out hit the club or something, and they probably
and
not. They
yeah, bro.
probably not. They
That shit
just
is
did the
sad,
photo.
man.
So I don't
I
get it. But they reaching out. I don't know.
That's one of the saddest things I think I've noticed. Like when I'm out in a restaurant, when you see two people sitting down and both of them in their phones, I'm like, bro, y'all could have just ordered the fuck in. Like you ain't even had to be here, bro. Like I don't know, that shit annoys me a little bit, but I understand it. But it just that shit bothers me, bro. And like you said, I've never like who. Why the hell would I care what if you know what I eat?
Or what
Like
I'm doing every 30 minutes.
I don't know, bro.
Flex.
I'm a little different.
It's a flex
Hey,
for
hey,
some
you,
people.
hey, you,
Oh, I'm eating
I
at
can't
Ruth
even.
Chris. I'm eating here. I'm eating there. You
That
know?
shit goofy,
I
bro.
got a flex for the gram one time.
I
Yeah.
can't even front. It's like a balance with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm definitely not gonna get dressed and stay in the crib. But like I had one time we at that age range where we remember where we wanted privacy. Now I can't
Hmm.
even front. Like it's like a balance to me. It's like what I'm saying? Now they done programmed us to a point like fuck it. You feel what I'm saying? We gonna just open up our life like what we want, the best moments. Me personally, I done put sad moments and mad moments on internet and everything. I just don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? But I can't even front. It's a balance with me. Now I'm most of the time I'm too hungry to take a picture of my food, but if that bitch look good, like if I'm
Right.
somewhere cuisine out that bitch, oh you think I ain't gonna take a picture and show y'all? Shit, I gotta do that. You see what I'm saying?
So I
You know
still
what I'm
got to
saying?
stunt a little bit.
I'm in
That's
a
too
balance.
much.
I can't even front. Like I'm right there on that borderline. You know what I'm saying? But I'm aware.
Yeah,
You feel what I'm saying?
true.
I can't even front.
Anybody
Well,
else?
I'm actually a foodie person, so I'm gonna take my food pics. That's that.
You
But
can
here's the
fight for
thing: I
that.
give reviews too. I give like whether it's me, being a chef, or I'm out. I do provide reviews and like travel stuff. So I'm gonna take my food pic. Now, as far as going out, if I get dressed, I'm going. I ain't wasting no outfits. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Right, right. Facts.
So I'm gonna get
Outfit,
out there.
makeup, everything. Take the photo, then hop out of it.
And
Like,
then for
yeah.
me, Peaches, sometimes it don't even about showing people. It's like the new camera. Like it literally say photo album. So like for me, it's really like my memories. You feel what I'm saying? Like we go through so many phones, they update for even though you could back up stuff and transfer it. But for me, it's almost like our own photo album that's shared to the world. Like so, I'm gonna catch my travel moments. I'm gonna catch my food moments when I ain't that hungry to eat it. Because sometimes I eat the food, be like damn, I ain't get a picture. You know what I'm saying? Like so, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I think is crazy, bro? I got more photos on my fucking phone and on social media than I have in my crib. Like I don't even
I
think
was
I have
literally thinking that. I
any
said, how
photo.
many of them
Like
photos are like walls?
yeah, like we don't even do that no more, bro. Like
I
I don't
got
know. We
one.
just
I ain't
live in
even
the
gonna lie to
wrong
you.
time.
I got one photo on the wall out of this whole house. One photo, and that's me and my daughter. And that photo, she's 3, and my daughter's 9 now.
Damn, nah, that's
See,
real
y'all making
Lord,
me
crazy.
think extreme because then they come wipe us out. You feel what I'm saying? Then some foreigners come travel this land. They can't even walk in our houses and see who we was. Our
Shit.
shit gone. Our shit is wiped out.
Hope
You
they
feel
got
what I'm
Wi-Fi.
saying? Like, yeah, we ain't got no artifacts or nothing. You feel what I'm saying? All our artifacts is
like
our phone. We
I gotta
just
go
rolled
develop
up.
some photos and get some photo frames now.
Nah, for real,
Yeah.
bro. Or at least get the digital joints. Hold on.
So
Let's see.
Hey,
Let's
I
get to
think the
some of these
video
comments.
speaks. Oh, go
So
ahead,
what,
bro.
Brody? No, you good,
No, I
Brody.
was I think that video speaks to what I was saying earlier about the last video, like just being fake. You know what I'm saying? It just it gives us a reason to act more than be more. You know what I'm saying? We acting
Fact.
like but we're not really being.
And it almost makes it puts you in the mind of like, damn, being fake is contagious as hell, ain't it? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
It's
Like you
okay.
chasing a ghost.
Mhm.
You chasing a ghost of some shit that don't even ain't even real, bro. Like that's
Facts.
some wild shit.
See, that's something I
And
can never do. I can never fake it for social media. I can never fake
Right.
it for them. I gotta keep the shit genuine. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Like the girl that put the makeup on to get back in the bed to take the picture. Like when I seen that, it's
Insanity,
crazy
bro.
because it fucked me up because like I do see mad photos on the internet where like Shorty look perfect in the bed, like
I woke
hair
up
ain't
like
messed up, makeup. I'm like, yo, y'all really be doing that? Like way more females do that. I ain't realize it
you
though.
notice for it's within a reason because let them take a photo and they used to getting like 10,000, 30,000 likes and comments and stuff, and they get that one picture that don't hit. They gotta go live and talk about. I noticed y'all ain't like my photo. Y'all need shit that
True
was
fact.
hit way about it.
You breaking up on us, big dog.
Oh, I was.
Yeah.
I'm good now.
Oh, yep, you
Yeah, you
good now
good.
though. Anybody else? We good on that?
Mhm.
All right, cool. Let's keep it pushing. Let's get to some of these comments real quick. Let's see what we got. Shout out to TB. He said, "We are some sad humans." Shaking my head. TB
Yeah,
again.
they was going
Agrees, CJ. Anything for clout.
anything.
right.
Rita said,
It's
yes.
ridiculous.
Taking up space. They should have speaking to people just being mindlessly on their phones. Rita also said that she print hers out. Speaking of her photos.
Photos.
Uh,
I might need to start doing that for real.
nah, for real, bro. Rita also said, making collages on my wall in my room, all my children and me. That makes sense. Let's see what TB said. TB then came back and said, we used to take
Uh-oh.
What TB said? He said we used to take 100 pictures and look at them over and over, share them with friends, and put them in photo albums. Now we take millions of pictures, look at them once, and pray someone else looks.
Right.
Damn.
I
And
actually
like
got a
it,
photo
cause
album.
I'm about to say we don't care if they look. We need to see them like hit that like button down there as well.
Right.
See, yeah, that's what them people overboard with that one, man. Like they go crazy about their likes. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
they go crazy. TB, you ain't lying about that, man.
But I actually
I
Yeah,
like
mean,
a
we
photo
wanted to
album. You ever
act
have a photo
there.
album?
what do you mean?
A
Like in the
physical
phone?
one?
Yeah, a physical photo album.
I don't. That's crazy.
A
My
physical
I
mama
photo.
don't.
Like
got
my photo album literally stops with my daughter's 3. Like
mm,
that's where it is. I know my grandparents on my dad's side, they still got the photo albums from me, and I think it stops at 16. I think it stops with my brother about 18. That's it. Once we got out of high school and dipped out, we stopped doing photos with the family, and you know, I don't know when grandma, my mom's side died. You know, when the grandma died, that kind of shuts down half the whole family right there when the grandparents died. So yeah, when
Right.
she was out,
I mean, if
everything kind
y'all
of stopped
think
on my mom's side.
about it, how many of y'all buy your kids school pictures? How many buy yearbooks? Like they're not
I
doing
got
those things anymore.
I got her school pictures and ain't none of them in a frame. They still in the envelope. I got like the last 4 years
Right.
and
You
they
bought a
still in
tag
the envelope.
of 48 pictures in there, ain't passing out to nobody, ain't done it, just got the
Hey,
whole
no,
thing
I
sitting
passed
in the
out the
drawer.
small wallet ones. Hey, my
Oh, you
grandparents
do?
got
Okay,
all of them
okay.
every year.
Nah,
But the
you
big
right,
one and the
Brittany.
medium one, they still in the envelope.
Brittany, right. She right.
They still there.
They'll take the picture. They'll take a a phone picture of the actual one picture and post it, and that's how you gonna get it. Ain't nobody passing them joints out no more than nobody.
Right.
Heck
No,
no.
I always have like the photos. I actually have a photo album, but I always took like photos. And every time I go home, I always take selfies because people they be leaving us pretty fast nowadays. But it's just capturing those moments. But I had like a lot of photos, and then I got caught in a house fire. I think 8th grade year. That's somewhat in the summers in between there, and I lost
Dang,
all
you
of it.
too? I had a fire like 8th, 9th grade. Oh, everything gone.
Right.
Everything.
So all the childhood photos and all this stuff was gone. I had maybe like 2 or 3. So I actually do have a
Yeah.
photo album. I need to put some in there though.
I got plenty of pictures, like you said, back when we was coming up as kids and teenagers. But once by the time 20 something came, it was like it was over. Yo. It was
Right.
like on the
Oh, throw it
phone,
And
on
man.
social media.
And
Throw
the
it on
good
social.
part about it, when we took those pictures back then, we couldn't see it. You had them little zip, zip, zip pictures. They had to,
Yep.
and just hope they looked good when we came out. And that was the fun of it, to go back and look at these pictures. But now we were literally, I was in this car, take picture. I'm like, hold on, I ain't smile right. Okay, let me do another one. Let me get it right. Like we would take one, try to get that perfect shot. We'll take 100 just to post one. Whereas back in the day, we had mad fun. We like, look at them shoes you were wearing, or look at your head, or who, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
all them days are gone, gone.
yeah, they
Hmm.
gone. Yeah, that's what Wardy talk about, the fake stuff. It ain't no more genuine. Like everybody gonna make sure they look
Right.
their best when you take pictures of them. People pose for off
Hmm.
guards, like they really off guard, but
Right.
really not off guard.
They
Like
really
They
not.
really
They
not
know
off
it. They
guard.
know it.
Yeah.
Bro said pose false guards. That is
And then if you take
nasty
a picture
word.
with 3 people, everybody got to agree that this picture look good. Everybody good with this picture being posted.
yep,
Oh no, we
Nope.
got to take this
Retakes
down.
it.
Like
I
untag
look
Yep.
your
lazy
ass.
eye. Hold on. Do it again.
yep,
Yep.
yep.
Look, I'm about to order me a
Feet hanging
Polaroid.
over the edge of the shoe. That, got to crop the feet out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
That's not talking about the filters. Filters,
Oh yeah.
you gotta edit the picture and
Bro, the
everything.
filters is what kills me because it's bad enough. Like, I can't really say for guys, but definitely for women. They'll do the makeup, beat their face, whatever y'all like to call it, and you will still double down with filters. You already got a man-made filter on your face. Now you got to digitize that filter with another filter. Fun fact: if you take a photo with Snapchat, it automatically has a filter called soft. It's guaranteed automatically set. So even when somebody's like no filter, if you took it on Snapchat, it's already a filter. It's
Hmm.
already there.
Yeah, that's
That's
why
ridiculous
Snapchat camera looks so much better than everybody.
because
Even
it
your own
That's why
phone.
automatically
everybody doing that.
activates a filter called soft. You can
I
take it off. You can go on the settings and take it off, but it's automatically at default to be on.
automatically. I definitely take
Automatically.
my pics on Snap. Like I don't even take on
See,
iPhone. I take them on Snap for sure.
take one on
Hmm.
Snap and in the same position. Don't even move. Switch to your regular camera and take a photo. Tell me that thing don't look dramatically different.
It does. That's what I'm
And
saying.
guess which
Yeah.
one? Guess which one they gonna post? The one from
That
Snap.
Snap.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
of
Get the
course.
blemishes off. Let me get
Of
gotta look
course.
like I'm about 5 years younger. No.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, let's
I
get
think
to
that
our
should be against dating law. I
I
swear to
agree.
God. I
I
think that
agree.
should be against dating law, bro.
Oh,
That's too funny. All right, well, we can get to our next video here. Let me see if I can pull it up for you all. Give me 1 second here.
What
All
happened? You
right.
got lost in the Matrix, bro?
Oh, yeah, man. I think what happened was I was using my back camera. And because I was using my back camera, I couldn't silence my phone calls. And so people were calling me and I couldn't see it. So I had to go back to
Yeah,
my my
yeah.
front facing camera so I can actually control the fact that people are calling me when they know I'm hot. Gotta love people, man. Anyway, we gonna get into Steve Harvey. They kind of talk about the timing of posting your significant other. So let's watch this video and kind of delve a little deeper into what are y'all thoughts on social media and relationships.
Riverdale actress Madeline Petch explained to Glamour magazine why she's so open about her relationship on social media. She says that she feels her generation is very cynical about love, and she wants to show them that it really does exist. What do you think about couples that share their relationship on social media?
I think it's cool. I don't think you gotta feel like the savior for everybody. Like, just be honest. You do it because you wanna do it. You know, we got enough movies out there. We see what it is. You're not coming in and saving everybody from being miserable and lonely, but I think a lot of people have a right to say, like, look, like, I am like a older millennial, but I was of the time that you didn't put your name on social media. Or you never put a picture of yourself drunk because you would get fired. Now it's like we have more and more allowance of it. There's more of you online. So this is a big part of your life. Why would you not want to include it in there? But do it because you want to, not because I need it. I'm okay, I'm inspired. I got some.
Yeah, that's what I like.
I'm
That's really
inspired.
cool. Yeah, don't do it to save the world, because you're not.
Yeah.
Right.
Just do it because you want to do it.
Yeah.
But I do think there's something really sacred about a relationship and love, and
you know, even though I work in the business where we talk about people's relationships, I think there's something really beautiful about keeping some things to yourself, especially if you don't want to share everything, because you're kind of opening yourself up to share everything once you start putting it out there.
I say don't show it. Don't show the person until you have a ring and a date. Because the minute you do it, it's over. If you're just dating somebody and you splash them all over your social media, then you break up, then what do? Go back and delete everything?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. You have to delete everything. And it's the worst. Well, you do. If everyone's followed your journey.
All right. So, based on the video, the question I want to pose to you all is, when is it appropriate to post your significant other online? When is it appropriate to post your significant other online? Let's go with Giovanna first.
I mean, I would say I won't give like no certain time frames or whatever. I mean, at least just have a conversation about it before. I think after y'all sit down and have a logical conversation about it, and both parties agree that, all right, we can post each other. You know, just be mindful of what we post about the relationship. Just be mindful of what you post about the relationship if you decide to post. But I don't want to set no time limit on it.
Gotcha. Bino, when is it appropriate to post your significant other online?
When y'all rock solid.
Define rock solid.
When y'all rock solid personally, and only when y'all enjoying each other, man. Like shit, flex, spread that love, let people see love, let people see black love, because we don't see it often. So I'm one of them people. If you're in a relationship and y'all popping and y'all enjoying each other, like show that shit, man. Like we show so much of the wrong things off. Show that shit. It ain't appropriate when y'all beefing. Keep that shit in the crib. Keep it off social media. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter like if somebody really know y'all be beefing. If somebody really know y'all be beefing, that's somebody close to you. So whatever. But as far as posting each other, post it when y'all popping, when y'all happy moments, man. Post them joints, because once again, like Giovanna said earlier, social media is a gift and a curse. So like even if you're going through your bad moments, that memory might pop up on your phone when you at work and remind you that y'all pop for real. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so little things like that. I say posting when you rock solid, not when you just dating, not when you the first time that y'all had sex and y'all said y'all in a relationship. Make sure y'all got everything together personally. Then after that, post that shit when y'all flexing. Post it when y'all flex. That's what I say.
Makes sense. Brittany, when is it appropriate to post your significant other online?
Never. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. Because I heard him say rock solid, and we know plenty of folks that we see, look at him up there looking all cute stuff, and he cheating on her or she cheating on him. But up there, they look like they are happy. Maybe they were happy in that picture, but they still got other shit going on. So
that ain't rock
say
solid.
Yourself, well, he making her think they rock solid. He might be saying the
Or
side
she
chicks was
making him.
happy with your ass. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is, don't do it. Say yourself.
That's real. Let's go with Wardy.
Hold on, okay, hold on. We can't just move on like that, Strap.
All right, nah, do your thing.
We can't just move on like that.
You good.
Say
Let's get to it.
Go
Let's
ahead.
get to the
What
shit.
you
So
got,
listen
Bino?
though, like, I mean, like, when you say don't post it, like, even if somebody doing what they doing, so it's the embarrassment for you, maybe, or what? Because like, if they doing what they doing, they still doing it, huh?
Yeah, it's embarrassing. Don't even act like we good. Even if we are good and you are here, like I said, he can have it down pat where she don't know, or vice versa, he don't know, and they seem solid, but somebody know they ain't. And I'm like, don't have if it's just one person, don't have me up here looking foolish in front of nobody.
All right, so let's shut the door. Any possibilities that anybody doing some side shit, y'all really genuinely rock solid. You know what about them?
Genuinely rock solid.
Like y'all like for sure. Like y'all got each other inbox, and you ain't even gotta do no words. Y'all got each other done. You ain't got no words. Like y'all know y'all rock for real. Like
I
y'all know
mean,
y'all.
yeah, I get what you're saying, but let's think about it in general. How many times you been single and your inbox was dry as fuck? Soon as you got with somebody, then everybody and their mama want your ass. I know it's been that way in some time period in your life. Somebody
That's
done it.
true.
So if
That's true.
somebody seeing you like being you all, damn, being on treat her like that, shit, I want to be like that. Well, look, man, if y'all ever get on rough time, hit me up because I look. You know what I'm saying? Like you just people want what you have sometimes. You know because they see that. So look, don't even put it out there. Never.
I got a question for you. Can you get mad if you don't put it out there, and then people are
They don't
reaching
know.
out to your significant other if they don't know? Like, how would you
Well,
fix that if y'all
I mean,
not
you can still say I'm in a
public?
relationship. Don't mean you gotta, like I said, you don't have
Okay.
to publicize pictures of us going to Dubai or pictures in Jamaica or even like taking pictures of our food. He feeding me, I'm feeding him. We snapping pictures. Like again, you ain't gotta put that all out there because again, people want what they see, and they're like, well, shit, he did hit me up a year before he got with her. Maybe I can slide back in there, or she, or vice versa. Like, don't even put it out there. That's just me. When I was married, I think it was only 2 times my husband was up there, and we was on a family trip. One was a school trip with my son, and the other we went to the Caribbean. Other than that, y'all wouldn't even know what his ass looked like.
So yeah, it's like a protection blanket. I get it. I get you though. I can feel that though, for real though. I can feel that. It's like a protection
And I
blanket for the
know,
relationship.
right? And I know Javonna said about asking. Most times nobody asks, "Can I post you?" Some women these days in our generation, they love it. Oh, he's trying to post me, girl. Y'all see me on his page. Like they look at it as validation, which is not
Yeah.
always good. Because baby, he posting you today, but he fucking somebody else tonight. So look, don't get y'all your opinions all, like y'all happy because he posted you, because that means absolutely nothing. So yeah.
Plus,
That's real.
technically, he could post you and edit the post to where everybody see it, but Sasha, Tisha, Keisha,
Tasha,
Vanessa, like, hey,
Yeah.
they
and
not gonna
Brittany,
see it, but everybody
right?
else gonna see it.
But see, one thing about it, he better block Brittany, Wanda, and Fashonda as they friends, because best believe if they see it,
Yeah,
oh,
friends of
they
friends
bring
gonna
it
see
to
it.
me. Okay, you know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
he's smarter than that. He know better.
Y'all
Okay,
crazy as
not
hell.
all of them.
Who hasn't answered this question yet? When is it appropriate to post your
I
significant
ain't
other?
answer it. What was it? It's appropriate to
Yeah.
post. Man, I don't know because I really can't say. When I was with my daughter's mom, we posted just well, really she did all the posting. I ain't really care about it, but I ain't get to posting
Did she
seriously
ask
until my daughter came. Like when the daughter came, I was daddy mode. I was posting everything. Like that's when I was ready to post stuff. But it didn't matter to me, to be honest. I didn't really have like no thought process to it. So I just
you? But
if
did
it
she
happened, it
ask?
happened. Said what?
Did she ask?
It depends. Sometimes she would just post it, and then sometimes she'd be like, "Do you like this at this angle, that angle?" And I'd be like, "It don't matter." So either way, it didn't matter. I just didn't really care that much. Only time I cared is when it was the kid. If the kid was in the photo, I'd be like, "No, man, you got my daughter looking weird right here. No, I don't like her face. Look at this one. Like her, look, she ain't smiling good
That's
enough, man.
why
Do it
I asked
again."
you. Okay.
So it just depends, but it ain't really matter to me.
All right. Well, I got a follow up question. Can social
Can I
media
answer
affect
this
your
one?
relationship? Sure. Oh, my bad. I thought you had already went. What part and self?
Oh no,
Yeah.
I just want to add that I like the little mysterious ones when they put the little heart over my face and shit like that.
I
You know
don't
what I'm
like
saying?
that
Post
at
me, but
all.
hide
At
me a little
all.
bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
At all.
Well, we're
hide
gonna be
me.
looking at outfits. We're gonna be looking at surroundings. We're gonna be looking at it all, baby. Probably
You can
can't see
you
what's
can look
going
at all
behind that
that, but
heart.
just cover my face with a heart or something. You feel me?
Not me. Cause
Nah.
I yet again, I'll
Nothing too
comment on that
nosy.
bitch. That's
I
me.
mean,
That's me.
Right.
Oh no,
Instagram. You might
I
want
ain't
to
gonna
show
say
your
nothing. I'm gonna
face.
like it.
What
I'm
you
gonna like it.
hiding?
I ain't
What?
gonna think she had. I just like the mysterious. Who that girl? Who? Oh, then I got. Dang, girl, you got that many goddamn. What going on? Oh yeah, I could just start asking other questions. Then you know what I'm saying? They don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Yeah,
Oh, so you got a
yeah.
hidden agenda behind it then. Okay.
You
Yeah, got
damn
the
right I
build up
do.
coming.
Yeah, all the time.
Okay. All right, carry on. Okay.
Oh
I
shit.
want to add
That's
some
true.
more context to that joint too, right? I want to ask a real quick strategy on mine. Like, it's crazy nowadays because it's like, for one, if you ain't rock solid and you got somebody that like posting, boy, that shit's stressful. You know what I'm
Boy,
saying? For
Facts.
one, that's some
Facts.
stressful shit, boy. Like
For
that shit.
real.
Feel me? Feel like the law about to come after you, boy. Like you just
right.
know, like your dog gonna get knocked on when you sleep type shit. That's for one.
Boy,
So
take a picture
fellas,
like that.
like, don't even. That's why I be saying, like, man, let's did all that player shit. That shit ain't even cool. That shit stressful. Just like then being in the streets, just like having kids, all that. That shit stressful. I shun all that shit. For
I
two,
swear.
it's crazy though because like, say for instance, you got somebody, your significant other that you dating like posting, and you don't. They gonna think like for instance, what Brittany said, what Wardy said, they gonna think you being sneaky because you don't. You know what I'm saying? Wanna be out there in public. So then so it's like, and then if you do be in public and somebody is on some slick shit, you got to worry about the embarrassment. So it's just like a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that, if two people don't agree about the whole social media shit, I think that got to get added on to dating these days. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I definitely agree. I agree with that.
That makes sense.
crazy.
So it's what? Do you want kids? Do you want to post on social media?
Yeah,
Dang.
like that shit. Wow,
Second question, because that's gonna be a deal breaker right there. Yeah.
that's
Dang.
that shit
That's
crazy.
wow.
It's crazy that social media has gotten us to that point. But I mean,
I'm saying so. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, because I'm about to talk a little shit. No, you good. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. We need to hear the shit talk.
Okay, fellas. Rule of thumb: if you in all her fucking comments online, she don't want you, bro. Because the guy she's fucking ain't there. He's not liking it. He ain't hearting it. He ain't good morning, queen. That's a beautiful angle. Because he in her guts, bro. If you are constantly there, and fellas, you should not be worried about the guy that's posting. You should be worried about the nigga that's not posting. That's the one in her guts, big dog. It is not the guy commenting.
I
Bro,
don't comment.
Please.
that shit does not work. That's it.
And can you listen to him? Because you're going to see me in females' comments. Know what he said is the truth. Don't worry about me. This is very platonic.
It's the ones you see. It's the ones
It's
you
not
don't.
me. If you see me interacting with the girl you like or your shorty, I promise you it's platonic, my boy. You feel what I'm saying? We're not even playing like that. I just want to say that. Please.
I'ma just hard.
Because I'm the type, I'll see you post something about some
Stop
relationship
getting them to
bullshit.
block me
I'm
and
like, stop
befriend
it.
me. It's not me. It's JoJo, brother.
I'm the good one.
Because for real,
I swear I am.
He laying beside her as she posts that shit, like shaking his head, like, here she go again with that bullshit. But he's not underneath the post because he's there. I promise. So, word to the wise, fellas. It ain't the ones posting you got to worry about. It's the ones that don't.
It's the ones that don't.
It's the one that she said he just a friend. It's the one that she said he like a brother to me. Boy.
Now I ain't gonna agree with that. Now I ain't agree with that.
Hey,
There are
bullshit.
some like a
Hey,
brother.
look.
That's a fact.
Don't
If
let
he like a brother
don't
to
let
you,
us really go viral. I'm gonna tell you right now, I got a list of women that made me the brother, and at some point I stopped being the brother when I was. No, don't.
Because there's no
That's why
way.
you can't be my woman and say he a brother to me. Because instantly my brain says, you know we did. Hell no, he ain't no brother to you. Who is daddy? Is he your daddy? No, he a dub. Get out of here.
Nah, for me it's the
Especially he
secret
look
brother.
like so he like Flavor Flav, I don't care. But if he look like a little Chris Brown or some shit, hell no. Get the fuck out of here.
For me, CJ, it's the secret brother. For me, like why he wasn't your brother from day one. Why is he your brother only in your inbox? Because I came across him. Now
Look, you
he's
known
like,
him for 2
why he's not in
years
your
and you
comments,
just
but he's
not
in your
hearing about
inbox? What the fuck? You feel what I'm saying? Why
That's
ain't
the
just
one
now
you got
find
to
out
worry
about
about.
this nigga? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah.
that nigga the
That's the
new
one you
brother.
got
He
to worry
got
about.
added later on. He got
Yeah, he
added
got
to the
added
tree
since we've
later.
been in a relationship. God damn, it took me 6 months to be the boyfriend. He your brother in 2?
Right.
I'd
Damn.
be like, Jerome, how long you know her? About 3 months. And y'all brothers and sisters?
It's funny how that works, man. Parents are
How
so
does that
wild.
work?
I've been with you for 3
It's
years.
genetics.
Hell no.
Oh shit.
That's a threat.
That's
No.
too much. Hey yo, I gotta apologize. I did this show a little out of order. Pardon self. We've been grooving real well, but I kind of did it out of order. I wanted to actually lead the top of the show with the video I'm gonna play next. It speaks to the 5 crazy ways social media is currently changing your brain. Yeah, this is heavy. So y'all strap in, pause, and we're gonna get to it and take a look at this.
With social media sites being used by 1/3 of the entire world, they've clearly had a major influence on society. But what about our bodies? Here are 5 crazy ways that social media and the internet are affecting your brain right now. Can't log off? Surprisingly, 5 to 10% of internet users are actually unable to control how much time they spend online. Though it's a psychological addiction as opposed to a substance addiction, brain scans of these people actually show a similar impairment of regions that those with drug dependence have. Specifically, there's a clear degradation of white matter in the regions that control emotional processing, attention, and decision making. Because social media provides immediate rewards with very little effort required, your brain begins to rewire itself, making you desire these stimulations, and you begin to crave more of this neurological excitement after each interaction. Sounds a little like a drug, right? We also see a shift when looking at multitasking. You might think that those who use social media or constantly switch between work and websites are better at multitasking, but studies have found that when comparing heavy media users to others, they perform much worse during task switching tests. Increased multitasking online reduces your brain's ability to filter out interferences and can even make it harder for your brain to commit information to memory. Like when your phone buzzes in the middle of productive work. Or wait, did it even buzz? Phantom vibration syndrome is a relatively new psychological phenomenon where you think you felt your phone go off, but it didn't. In one study, 89% of test subjects said they experienced this at least once every 2 weeks. It would seem that our brains now perceive an itch as an actual vibration from our phone. As crazy as it seems, technology has begun to rewire our nervous system, and our brains are being triggered in a way they never have before in history. Social media also triggers a release of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. Using MRI scans, scientists found that the reward centers in people's brains are much more active when they're talking about their own views as opposed to listening to others. Not so surprising, we all love talking about ourselves, right? But it turns out that while 30 to 40% of face-to-face conversations involve communicating our own experiences, around 80% of social media communication is self-involved. The same part of your brain related to orgasms, motivation, and love are stimulated by your social media use, and even more so when you know you have an audience. Our body is physiologically rewarding us for talking about ourselves online. But it's not all.
Damn.
That's why I do agree with that phantom itch shit part though.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I agree with that one. I don't know how many times I've been in the tower, in the office, walking down the range, and I like put my phone on, I don't see nothing. Like, don't nobody love me. Like, it's just, there's been a lot of times I've done that. So yeah, that one I definitely agree with.
What's up? What everybody else think about the video?
Damn.
I think it's wild that, technology is actually changing our, mind and our brain and the way we, perceive things. Like to change an itch to a phone vibration is wild to me, bro. Like for real, for real. But it has happened to me several times. When I'm at work, my phone might be on the charger at work. You know what I'm saying? I feel it, and I'm like, what the hell my damn phone at? Oh, I just felt it vibrate. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? For real, like it's wild, bro.
That shit is real. Anybody else? What y'all think about the video?
Hey, yo, y'all remember when older people, right? Like back in the day when we was young, they used to tell us to stay out the TV and shit like that.
Don't be so close to TV.
It took my mind back then because like it's just advanced now. Like it just happened at a way faster rate than it was for the reasons they were just telling us about the TV. Like that was technology to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like once they start putting that color and all that, and we was glued to the TV as kids, 70, 80 babies, 90 babies and shit, and it was like they was telling us then they knew like, and now it just advanced to a point it happens faster, it happens more often, it happens more frequently. Like what he said, like what he's saying about that vibration shit is real. Like what CJ was saying, that phantom shit, like be in the bathroom, swear I hear my phone vibrate, it's in the bed, ain't nothing vibrate, nothing. But then sometimes it do vibrate, like I don't know.
Man. Sometimes I can feel it vibrate before it vibrate.
That shit got niggas fucked up. That shit got niggas fucked up for real.
I think what was dope back in the day is there was a time, and I wasn't alive for this, so I ain't gonna age myself on this episode. But there was a time where the TV would fucking go off. Like it would be a flag, and it would just play like the national anthem shit, and it won't no more channels. Like the 5 or 6 your mom and daddy had, like that was it. The shit went the fuck off. You feel me?
Now we did have it where it went to static or that red, white, and green screen. I thought we had that when we were coming up. It would go to that. I don't remember no flag.
That was late 80s. That was late 80s.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, when he talk about Brittany, that man talks he gonna tell his age. That dude, he done lived here twice, didn't he?
I'm an old soul. I'm an old soul, baby.
The national anthem. How
Nah,
old
for
you,
real,
Shawty?
bro. Go ask your
Nah,
parents. It's like,
Nah, for real.
nah. I know.
dun.
I know what you're
That
talking about.
shit was crazy, bro. Like, okay, so with that in mind,
So
what do
right.
you think would happen? Like, what if our Wi-Fi, your social media, did the same thing? Like, that shit just wouldn't come on no more. Like, how do you think that would affect people?
People
Yeah,
would
that's
I
freak
think it would
out.
be good.
Nah, people would
Yeah.
freak out.
Hey
but
man,
you know
listen.
that
No,
kind of
it will
happened
be
though.
Yeah, we
an
would freak
initial
out.
shocker, an initial shocker. But once you know that's what it's gonna be, then you will be
That's what
fine.
it
You know what I'm
is,
saying? But
right?
initially, oh shit, they burned the city down.
I'll be
It's a wrap.
blowing Spectrum phone up. Boy, what the hell wrong with my damn Wi-Fi? Bit?
That
Also,
shit
if you
like
Burning
look
going
it
at
through
up,
social
honey.
process.
media,
It'd be like going through processing in jail, and you on 23 and 1
Right.
the first few times, bro.
Or
Like
a
that
drug
shit gonna
withdrawal. Like
fuck
they
you
say, it's
up
like
for
a drug. It will
yeah.
be a
It's
withdrawal.
gonna be
You'll
a
be
withdrawal.
screaming and
It's
itching.
gonna
You'll be looking for your
yeah
phone, trying to figure out what the hell going on. Yeah,
yeah.
blaming
It'll be a
everybody. Yeah.
withdrawal. Yeah, it'll be a withdrawal.
but so that kind of already happened. I don't know if y'all remember where I think Facebook or IG went out. Everybody was on Clubhouse. You know, you're gonna
Yeah,
find an alternate to
that was in
fulfill kind of fulfill that. And I would
2020.
say the thing is when it comes to like social media, especially like somebody that actually works social media, because me, I leave my phone in the office. I walk around, but I have my watch on. But at the same time, it's like, oh well, what if one of my instructors needs something? Then I need the phone or somebody calling. But at the same time, like for as like business and advertising, like it's certain hours that you need to post on social media to really in your new customers or your new supporters or whatever. Like when they wake up, because everybody get on their phone first when they first wake up during lunchtime. People go to their phone during lunchtime, probably right before dinner or somewhere between dinner hours, because either they gonna look at it before or after dinner. So in certain hours, certain times you should be posting on social media to keep boosted. And the fact that they actually have that connection, that mental connection, that's how people are actually breaks and stuff are going up.
Hey, do y'all remember like as technology was advancing, these phones was advancing, we used to hear them warning us about this?
Yeah.
Y'all remember like them different like interviews or ads or you come across something like I remember like you remember Strata like it used to warn us before the phones got
What
like
they
back
say? I don't
BlackBerry
remember that.
times. Yeah, I mean you had to come across. I'm not saying it was like on CNN, but you had to come across something,
Little
here and there. You had to come
infomercials
across
here and
somebody
there.
talking about some shit, and
Yeah.
they was telling us like this was going to happen like right here today.
All
Yeah.
I know is based off my lifestyle at work, where it ain't no such thing as much of internet when you go out there. I'm pretty sure Javon and the look, she know. So like when I message y'all at a random time frame, that's because I probably went to the car where I got a little Wi-Fi box in the car. I'll cut it on, connect it, reply to whoever, talk to whoever. I might see y'all say something in the chat. I'll hit you up. Then I cut that Wi-Fi box off and I walk back out there. That's literally me on a daily basis, bro. Like, so nah, if that Wi-Fi cut out, yeah, I'm gonna feel some type of way. I am.
Damn right.
I'm gonna be like, whoa, I'm gonna call Spectrum. Hey, I know y'all did just shut down, went bankrupt or something. I'm gonna need all them coins back. Heck no.
Right.
Oh God. Yo,
Yeah, they
y'all
done made it a
remember?
requirement now.
Ain't
Do
no
y'all
way,
remember
bro.
when we had the
I'm
damn?
trying to listening to y'all. I'm trying to see, am I addicted to social media, man? Are y'all gonna have to have me what's some shit's called?
Intervention.
Intervention, huh?
Yeah, intervention, a social media intervention.
Oh
The good
God,
thing
I
bro.
might
about it,
be
you ain't
addicted.
choose to be. You feel what I'm saying? That's the good thing. You ain't choose to be. They force fed us this shit. So our mind ain't safe. Look, luckily our generation came from a point where we remember. So it's like we forced getting fed this heron. See,
Right.
the other
And we
generations,
still addicted.
they born with that shit in their blood.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah, for real.
And they
Right.
pursue
You know
it.
what I'm
They
Crack
saying?
pursue it on
babies.
purpose. We kind of in and
Nah.
out of it. We
Damn.
tiptoe
Social
in and
media
out of it.
babies.
To them, it's
What's
second nature.
yo? Y'all
That's
remember when you
wild
had
though.
to
Cause
wait
think
till
about
nine
it though.
o'clock to talk?
Hey, look.
Wait
Cause
till what?
I get to
you
it.
just said that social media has the same effects as drugs and shit, right?
Yep.
So what about for pregnant women that go through this and have like, what I'm saying, that like crack babies and shit? What about, cuz I just said it kind of being funny right then, but I wonder, does it have any of the same effects on the baby if they come out
Yes.
already wanting social media like?
Bro, they come out
They
2 years
ain't got
old and
wanted. The
know how to
parents
be
put it
and
in
know how to
front of
work a
them to
phone.
shut them up.
Yeah.
They be
So not
children know how
only
to work a
so
phone.
basically that's like being a crack baby and coming out and getting your first hit when you first damn, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, they be
That's
2
why you
years
got them
old.
kids that be like so young, already know how to use tablets, and they care more about being on the
Tablets.
tablets and being in
Yes.
front of you and all that. So
Let's just
yeah,
say get the 5% and die. Lord have mercy.
they know
Bro,
how
they
to
can go
run off
search
and charge it and
YouTube.
everything.
They can search
Well, at 3, my
YouTube.
daughter know how to ignore phone calls right now. She set that
Yeah.
shit up so quick. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, who taught you that, bro? Like, where'd you get that from?
She's
Yeah.
trying to play her game.
For real.
Right.
Interrupting her cocoa melon. But what be fucking me up is I remember when you had to wait till 9 o'clock to talk to motherfuckers. You like, bro, wait till after 9. That's when it's
They
free.
get them
You
like
feel
them
me?
free
Right.
Like,
When
minutes.
it's
bro,
free.
you
Oh,
be on my, you be fucking my
Yeah.
minutes up. Bro, we were on it back then. It better be
hey,
important you hit me before 9. Like, what the fuck do you
hey,
want, bro?
I don't know. I don't care what nobody say. About that time frame, Stacy will start texting everybody. Come to the spot. It was like 9:01. Everybody's cell phone getting blown up. Hey, where you at? I'm at the house. Come to the spot. Hang up. Next person. Hey, where you at? Come to the
Yeah,
spot.
cause
DJ, come to
they
the
used the
spot. Hang
jippers
up.
of those minutes though. They used the jippers of those minutes, yo. They
That's
Oh,
used the
true.
God.
jippers, bro.
That's
They used
true.
the jippers of those minutes,
1 minute,
yo.
all of a sudden, you ain't got no minutes. Trying to figure out
Yeah.
why you
Man,
can't
my
make no
minutes start at
calls.
9. My mama try to make me go to bed at 9, boy. Oh, I be all up under the cover.
No,
Trying to
swear, boy,
stay.
them phone calls used to blow up, but that time frame hit.
Yes, sir.
Shit. That's too funny,
No,
man.
damn well you gotta go to school in the morning, so you can be like, man, we're gonna
Right.
hang out for about an hour or two. Then we gotta leave to be dead at school the next day. Yeah.
Bitch. Now we're gonna get into some more controversial
Before
stuff,
you
man. Go ahead,
do
sure.
that, I thought you had a comment up there. What did TV say that last comment
Yeah,
he
go back to
said?
that one that TV said. That was good.
Yes, it would
Mm-hmm.
be beneficial for us all if social media had time limits.
For
Now,
I
real.
want to say the sad part is why we got to put the
onus on social media,
Restriction.
right?
on social
It's
media.
on
Why we
us.
can't add Tillman and say, you know what? At 10 o'clock, I'm putting my damn phone down. I ain't gonna touch it no more until morning time. Why we gotta make? Why they gotta be the person or source
Cause
to say,
social
you know
media
what?
is a hell of a drug.
Right? Yeah.
Because it's really a
Social
science behind this shit, Brittany. This shit really
Well, I know
social
it
scientific.
is.
media
I
is a
know
hell of a drug.
So it's like
Right.
we choose not to smoke dope. Feel what I'm saying? But everybody know once you hit that rock, boy, your ass on
That's
the
You
it.
ain't
block.
coming back.
Yeah, tell him again, Bino. Tell him again, Bino. You hit that rock, you on the block.
I can completely agree because I was off of social media for 10 years straight. And baby, when I got back on Facebook, I ain't put it down yet. I ain't put it
Yes,
down yet.
sir. Hook.
That part.
Mm.
That part, man.
Dang.
Like,
It got us.
but
We
this is the
need
Yeah.
help.
wild shit, though. We be having these damn, like, we got these cell phones. We don't use them to the capacity we can really use them for.
I
Hell
Like,
no.
swear.
because you can
I
literally
swear.
set it up so that it can ignore certain apps from opening at certain times. You can set limits for yourself in your phone to not
Right.
open certain apps. But that's too much like giving y'all solutions,
That's
though.
like telling a crackhead to only smoke dope at 9,
That's too much
12,
help.
and 3. And he
Just
got
do
the
it at
money to
night.
smoke 9,
Well,
10, 11,
guess
12, 3,
what?
1, 2,
He
3
gonna
o'clock.
get it all in between that, baby. Him out there doing
If
whatever
he
he
got the
needs
money
to.
to smoke 24 hours, he not setting no limits on his high. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If we got the
I
money to
Oh,
go
I
do
mean,
had
that
the
shit all
dopamine
day.
high right now on Facebook.
that's a crazy metaphor, but it's literally it's legit. That's
It's the
legit.
Yes,
Yeah,
shit.
sir.
It
Exactly
just
what the
said it
truth
that's
was.
releases the
legit.
same dopamines in our shit. So at this point, we ain't know we was getting fed that shit. It's just like the soldiers in the army, back in the day when they had they were doing it to heal the pain. They ain't know that heroin was doing that to them. It was the same
Fucking
thing with us.
coke, combination of cocaine, heroin, and God, what
Opium.
was it?
Opium.
The
That sound
same,
like a weapon.
basically BC powder, but a lot stronger. And they would mix it together. And I forgot what they called it, but they would either take it in the gums, put it inside of an open cut, and they thought it was helping, and it was, but it ended up becoming an
For the
addiction,
wrong reason.
and it was
Hey,
fucking
bro,
them up. Yeah.
what social media has the same influences. I know they said sex, drugs, and what else was it? Because that's crazy. Like sex, like
Sex, drugs, and it was rewards. It was
could
I
could, could
forget
they,
what the
you
third
remember
one was.
a
Like
couple
making
pods
achievements and
ago?
awards.
Yeah, you remember a couple pods ago we had to where like the sex is going down and things of that. Do you think it that we're getting our fix from the social media so we don't even have to have
Shit,
sex
boy.
or you know what I'm saying? Do the things of that nature
Hey,
now.
that could be an underlying thing right there, for real.
Bro,
For some
that
people.
makes a lot of sense that we are replacing the likes with the love from people in real life. or with human interaction. That makes so
replacing real intimacy with digital intimacy.
That's a
Yeah.
bitch, boy. Them little hearts are a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, because you do everything else digital, so they go up there. I mean, the females and the dudes right online. We just talked about. We remember we was in the back chat about OnlyFans and all this stuff. They right online. Like you don't even need these people in person to see
But they ain't got to
everything.
know what we're talking about in the back chat, Bino. Don't me bring that to the front now.
I mean,
Leave that right where
I ain't
Hey,
gonna
look
say,
though.
I,
Hey, look.
I'm not gonna tell the world that you were talking about, thinking about OnlyFans.
In the line right now.
No, I'm playing. Brittany was not the one. She ain't having it. She ain't going for that.
That's too funny, man. Yo,
That's
good.
wild.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it rocking. We gonna gear it up a little bit more. We're gonna shift gears and get to something a little more controversial when it comes to the uses of social media. Let's see what we got going on here.
You say why I'm crying? I'm crying cause on phone them. I'm crying cause I'm hurt as hell on phone them. On phone them. Look, yeah, I ain't even on there. You see how easy this shit is? Yeah. Yeah. You see how easy this shit is? Motherfucking phone out your hand. You see how easy this shit is? Yeah. Top guy? Yeah. Top guy, walk your ass around this corner, nigga, and go say sorry, nigga. Right, you see how easy this shit is? Don't pick shit up. On my soul, that'll be the last time you been over, nigga. All right, come on. Walk over here and say sorry, nigga. Easy, nigga. I do this shit. You a youngin', shorty. We don't supposed to be out here on this with each other, nigga. Walk. Walk, nigga. Nigga, we kings, nigga. We don't supposed to be out here with each other, nigga. Walk. Oh my God, I'm phone them off finna break them down. Fo, I need y'all help. Hey, cuz on y'all slide right now, fo. I'm phone on y'all slide right now. Hey, cuz y'all slide right now, fo. Cuz slide right now, fo. He just, I'm finna kill this nigga. Hey, right there, officer, right there on my damn, let me see. He really right there on fourth grade. On phone now. What the hell with you, boy? Man, this man just put his hands on me, up gun on me, and everything. He literally just did that. He literally just did that. He outgunned on me. He outgunned. He out him. He outgunned on me. Hit me all in my face. Took all my chains and everything. Him.
I think we get the point. We know exactly
Hey,
how
hold
that
on.
video ends.
Hey, can I start? Bro? Hey, folks ain't on count no more after that shit. Let's go ahead and put that out there. Folks ain't on count no more. Folks ain't with the business no more after that shit there. Good. Damn.
So when I saw the video, I seen the video, like there's a section of the video prior to that where he had a live with a friend, and he's like acting like he's in a gang, or they in a gang, and he basically was talking shit about this other gang. And apparently his homeboy that was in the live with him ended up getting shot and killed. So the reason why he's talking about he's hurt and getting his feelings, there was a funeral earlier that day before he does that live. And that's when, while he was doing that live, the dudes that took out his cousin is the ones that popped up in the video and was like, you see what happens? That's what they're doing. They're basically confronting him next, but they didn't kill him. But they obviously beat him up and took his chains and all that. But to bring it back to social media, don't act hard on social media if you're not willing to get dropped. First off, you are putting on social media that you hard, you big body, and you talking about stuff based off game-related things on a live with dudes that are literally near or in the same neighborhood as you. You are talking shit about guys that are basically down the street from you, that during your live that he had with his cousin, there was gunshots, but you don't see nothing else. You find later on the cousin got killed during that live. So you're doing a live talking junk. They know somebody's friends with you on whatever social media platform he was using, saw it, and they said, bet, we're gonna pull up. And they're gonna show you the shit that you talking, they're gonna prove to you. And they put it right there. You trying to act hard, act tough on social media, and somebody had to show you who's really tough on social media, and that was the results of that. People trying to act so big, they basically another fake persona on social media for the likes, for the attention, for the clout, and it backfired on him not once but twice. He just lucky he didn't get killed the second time.
That's different.
Right.
Giovanna, what did you think of the video?
I mean, if that's the the backstory of it, I mean, I don't know why you even want to record a hooker, but at somewhere, my guy, you gotta let that phone go, you know, and take the L in silent or something. So I don't condone violence. Now that you're defending yourself, if you're defending yourself, then if you're defending yourself,
Clarify.
Please
do. I grew up. So you're defending yourself.
Too funny.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. Maybe it helped him in the case when the police got there or something. I don't know. Maybe him recording it may help him. I don't know, my guy. But
Brittany,
bet
what
he
you think
called the
about
cops.
the video?
That's wild.
Brittany, what did you think?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was trying. What my mic went out, so I didn't hear anything that you were saying, CJ. What was the first part of the backstory? Why was he crying in the beginning?
He was crying in the beginning because he did a live like a day or two before that live. He does a live like a couple of days before with his cousin where he's talking shit about another gang that's not too far from where he stays. And during that live with him and his cousin, that gang actually pulls up and they start shooting at them. And then you find out outside the live that his cousin was killed during that live.
Oh, okay.
So when he's saying in the beginning, when he's over here sniffling and stuff, because there was a funeral that he went to for his cousin a few hours before he does that live, only for a while. Doing that live, the same dudes that killed his cousin pop up again. So that's what
I didn't know
happened
what's
here.
going on. I'm gonna be honest. When I first watched that, prior to this right here, I was laughing the whole time. I didn't know what the hell was going on. And then when the man said, "Don't pick up that damn phone,"
Yeah, that's the last time you bend over. That's wild.
I mean, I know. help! I was like, well, wait a minute now. I was all confused about the whole thing. But yeah, if you're gonna live by the sword, you're gonna die by the sword. And
there
maybe
you
he
go.
won't ready. And he won't ready.
No, I wasn't ready. Bino, what you think about the video?
Hey yo, for one, it's funny because like it's still funny because like the man went from talking to his people. That man went talking to his people. No, he went from crying. He went to live to cry. First of all, let's talk about people that hit the live. Let's talk about the people
cry on a live
that hit the live button to cry first. So that's another story. First, right? So that's funny. For two, he talking to his people. For three, like he went from talking to his people to talking to his mama. Like the man, like mama, like went from saying he gonna kill him. So he just went through so much emotional roller coaster, bro.
Big called the cops. He called the cops.
He won't pay attention to his surroundings. He should have seen bro walking up on him. Cause when he looked up from the camera, saw him, his whole face was in pure shock.
Yeah, that's like that.
I ain't not the only one. But like on a serious note, I'm a big advocate. I come from a generation like, and I don't promote stuff like this no more. But I come from a generation like when you do stuff in the dark, it's supposed to stay in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Like CJ said today, a lot of these guys got a persona or image. They maintain it because of social media. They get into the streets because of social media. Because social media is basically mainstream news. It's mainstream everything. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm one of them people like if I was to live that life, I'd be a shark and y'all be fish because y'all give me everything I need to know to have it up on y'all. Right? I'm from a generation where you carry yourself to the citizens as a citizen. You know what I'm saying? It's like a camouflage and you change into whatever you do when you in that type of environment or what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I come from. And those laws, I don't promote anybody doing criminal activity, but if they was smart, they would still, that's some laws that should never get old. It should still stick to this day. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to decide to live that life, because that's why everybody crashing out. That's why people like him find out fast that they ain't part of that joint, and them people that's part of it gonna run it right on your ass. And we never seen they face in that joint. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure.
He made sure
they beat his ass, took his chain.
Who he supposed to go apologize to? Because I was trying my best to listen. Who he had to go apologize to?
Who he had to go apologize to whoever he was talking shit about in the first live. Cause he was dropping names. I remember that first live. He was dropping names of dudes like he using like their street names. But he was dropping names and calling them pussies and all this other shit. And I guess somebody was in the comments talking about some, hey, you won't say that and they was like, I'm following them, I'll bust it. And out of nowhere, you just hear gunshots go off. And you find out, yeah, they came. They came.
I'm saying.
You
And
dumb.
he in Chicago with it. So the influence of being a gang member and being involved in
That's
that
the
culture,
thing.
y'all know is at an all-time high, especially in that city. So it's like, and social media is once again an influence on that. I do, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I go back to like the first question you asked, like social media, like it Hollywood's this shit.
Yeah.
It Hollywood's jail, it Hollywood's prison on TV, it Hollywood street
Drugs,
violence.
alcohol,
You feel
all
what I'm
that.
saying? And none of that shit is Hollywood life, bro. That shit is the most depressing, stressing, hurtful life you can live. But they glamorize it, bro. Like it's
Can I
not
be
in
honest?
movies no more. It's in social media.
Can I be honest? I think all social media did was put a mirror up to ourselves. It showed us exactly who we are, and we're able to see it on a massive scale. Also, I think the most intriguing part of that whole video for everybody that's watching, this is another hood alert. So guys, come close. They telling, bro. They telling. They not even waiting. He was so emotional. The moment he seen a cop, he was ready to spill his guts. The codes are
He
different.
called them.
They different, bro. Like these dudes are telling. They not like that. If you go and have a live like this, like you said, to Bino's point, if you're gonna be so stupid as to advertise your beef, turn off your locations.
Don't go
Stop
lie.
letting your intentions be
That was
known.
dumb.
Please stop incriminating yourselves.
So y'all say y'all think he called the cops? Y'all don't think no concerned citizen called the cops for him?
No, he called the
Absolutely.
cops. It was you find out later on that he called the cops. He called.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
Okay.
this
he
the
called.
thing though. But
See,
the thing about that though, that's it go back to what I'm saying. Like they living in a persona and an image that they think is real. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, like a lot of these young people that's in the streets post their criminal activity on social media
Yep.
because like it's been glamorized by social media. Like we ain't hearing this by the news. We our own newscasters now. You know what I'm
But
saying? Like
right.
now check
Hey,
this out, Bino.
hey,
Think
look.
about this. If you were already feeling a high off of doing illegal shit, wouldn't it make sense that social media is feeding that same dopamine and it becomes easier
absolutely,
to
Hmm.
absolutely.
put it
Just
out there
double
more?
down on it.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
look.
what I'm saying. They was born with it. They was born with the high. So I know they don't get it, but like,
Mhm.
you know,
All right, and look, and then speaking about the persona and that they had to keep up, I think two of those personas that really stick out to me is like Mr. Tough Guy and Mr. Important. And Mr. Tough Guy is uh one who feels refuses to humble himself because he fears humbleness will make him appear weak. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? That's Mr. Tough Guy. And how you overcome Mr. Tough Guy is by humbling yourself to the call of wisdom. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then the other one is Mr. Important. That's when he feels he must be the center of attraction or of a topic of the day in order to be accepted. He is a prisoner of his own desires to be recognized. And how you overcome Mr. Important is by realizing that um that recogni- recog recognition only comes through achievements. So yeah, man. I think that like you said a mouthful, Bino, like the personas that people try to live up is getting real dangerous to keep up with these days, you know what I'm saying? So, and I think that was a
Exactly.
great example of, trying to be Mr. Tough Guy or Mr. Important and falling to the definitely by the wayside.
That part.
facts.
So let's get to the actual question that tagged along to the video. Brittany, are lives influencing our real life decision making?
Going
Mm,
live. I'm gonna say yes to a certain degree because again, people are going live. I mean, well, I guess the question is what they're going live for. Are they? And most time they're seeking for attention. Like we just said, people get up here crying purposely, start crying. Like, hold on, let me start my camera so I can cry to the phone and get the attention
Cry
Crazy.
that I
on
need.
cue.
Wow.
hmm
Right. So yes, I'm gonna definitely agree with that. It is, and sometimes it's not for the good.
Mm. CJ, are lives influencing our real life decision making?
I would say They don't influence mine because I don't go live for no fucking body. But I would say for the ones that do go live, it does because, like Brittany said, what's the reasoning behind you even going live? Because the last time I went live, it was by request of my daughter. I did the blue chip challenge as a Christmas gift. So I did a blue chip challenge and she wanted me to go live. So I went live. I did the blue chip challenge. If you ain't done it, don't do it. That's torture. That's horrible. That is death row in the making. Don't know. But I did it because of what she wanted. But I've learned when I was doing that for the first time doing a live that there's a lot of settings you got to do. You got to do this, that, that. You got to decide how you want to put it. It's a whole bunch of stuff you got to do before you officially go live. And that was just for I think I was doing Facebook. But you don't just press one button and boom, it starts. No, you gotta set it up. So, like it was saying, you do crying on cue on a live and all this. What? No, you to go live, there has to be a reason behind it. And then while you're live, you're gonna act a certain way on the live that you wouldn't act on a regular everyday basis. You wouldn't. You're doing it because it's the live. You're doing it because the audience, because the numbers is coming up, and the more the more specific things you're doing in that live, the bigger those numbers are with the
And
views,
don't
with
let
the
them egg
likes,
you
and the
on.
responses. You said the what?
I said, don't let them egg you on.
Exactly. If you got the audience actually telling you to do stuff, I've seen lives where a person is literally on the live doing what people say in the comments. Hey, do this. Okay, I'll
There's a
do it.
movie like that.
Give me a 1,000 likes and I'll do it. Give me 150 likes and I'll do it. And people gonna do it. They're gonna tap the screen or whatever they gotta do to get them likes. That's crazy. But people do it. Why? That dopamine kick in, I guess. I don't know.
That's a fact. Let's go with Javon on our lives influencing our real life decision making.
I would agree with like some of the stuff that's already been said. I think sometimes it does, but like you said, it depends on the reason that you're actually going live. I mean, because it's been times that I went live and it's just like to share like something ceremonial, or something like that, or speak to a certain topic. It wasn't too like, hey, I get this many likes for this or that. But you can see like some of the lives when people are, like at a party or something like that, and it's a whole different type of vibe, or depending on what the event is.
Gotcha. Let's go with Wardy. Our lives influencing our real life decision making.
I think so, and I kind of agree with everything else everybody else says. So I won't, go too deep into it, but I really do think so.
Bino?
It affects certain people, man. Real life decision making, and we got to go to the reason why, like everybody talked about, like, bro, like alive on your page in a famous moment. All right, so when I think about real life decision making, when something happens, instead of calling the police to help, you go live. When the fight break out, instead of whatever case may be, you go live. When the shootout break out, in case of going safety, you gonna hit live and record it, right? So that's what I think about when we say real life decision making. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like we are like what it goes back. We are own newscasters. We are own movie. That's a dangerous monster to give to the average citizen. That's a dangerous monster to. Like we need structure as human beings, or we'll be wild animals. Basically, that's the only thing that separates humans from animals is the structure that we live by, civilization, right? And that social media shit is a dangerous monster because it's like, think about the reason why regular people do what they do. Like people get famous. They put movies and how they put movies and music in front of us. They always made us infatuated by famous people. When you think about America, the first thing you think about success is being famous. The average American, you relate famous to being successful before you relate success to anything else you could be successful in. Famous is the first thing that's going to come to our mind. We're going to start naming rappers and athletes and actors and actresses. You know what I'm saying? So like when social media first went, and people was being on Vine, and people was being on these different social media and that World Star, and these big amount of views was getting them
That's the
that
monster
15
right
minutes
there.
of fame. Now it's events. Like now anybody that could be in a moment, instead of them doing the right thing as a citizen, they trying to chase what we was always taught to infatuate, and that's being famous. And for people that don't know how to separate that come from a time before that, which is a bulk of the world citizens now. Like it's less of us now. It's less of 30, mid 30s and 40s and 50-year-olds. It's way more teens and 20s. It's way more of them. You know what I'm saying? So like they don't know the difference. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how you gonna tell me something was wrong when this is all I know? So it ain't affecting their real life decision making. That's their real life at now. That's their real life. You know what I'm saying? Now, our age, we doing that shit. Then you hit that dope too much. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm gonna take the total opposite approach with what everybody just said. I think that the lives aren't influencing our real life decision making. I think the lives are only exposing our decision making. But we would have done them if there were no cameras around. In my opinion, I think that to find out someone's true intentions, give them an audience. Give them an audience, and they'll show you exactly who they are. Right now, it might be something carnally that you're hiding that's beneath the surface, but you start combining dopamine with people and likes in real time. I think it exposes your true nature, and I think that the decisions that we make to get the likes speak to our true intentions and our true natures. Shout out to Wardy for the food, man. We already
I
know
was
the
like,
cow.
bro, is over
We
here
know the
just like trying to
cow.
trying to be incognito, grabbing food. I said, is that cookout? Like,
By the time I see this, lost train of thought, mid sentence, you hear me? Shout out to the wifey, man.
I'm over here
She
like,
doing
man,
her
I'm about to
thing.
kill this
She make
subway when I
sure
get off
hey,
this live. He over here just pulled a whole
but
cookout.
Strata, what is our true nature when it comes to that though? Like, what is
I
our
think
true
that
nature when it comes to that?
we're narcissists. I think that we think the world revolves around just us, and I think that in everyone's mind, they are the main star in their own movie, and everybody else is a supporting role. I think that all social media did was feed the worst parts of our darkest egos. But I think it was already in us to be that way. Because for every person that you can say post and do wild shit, people that have true intentions and true hearts, like Javon was saying earlier, they only post about celebrations. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like it enhances and brings more to the surface who you already were. Uh, like y'all know, this even originated from me talking shit in my car, quote unquote. But those are my genuine thoughts, right? They weren't interrupted because I won't talk to anybody, but that's genuinely how I felt, you know, and just express them in such a way. And passion brought us here, but I do think that it speaks to who we are versus the other way around. Just to give another perspective.
And that perspective, I can see why you're saying that. But the only thing is, I think at this point, if you saying what you saying, the only thing I would say that our nature had to be programming at this point, because like before some shit happened, your first nature is to get the hell away from that shit. You don't want to be a part of it. Now people put themselves dead on the scene.
Yeah, but I think that speaks to the vanity. I think that speaks to the narcissism. That speaks to the ego. That
That's
you'll
the
risk
important.
your life for a like. But I think that's inherently in you. I don't know if that was programmed in you. It had to be there first. Because
Think
we
so?
know, we the type of people where when we hear certain things, you duck, react, find, you know, you kind of spotting and locating where it came from and you moving away from it. But it's not inherent in me to hear something and then pull my phone out, if y'all get my drift.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, I feel
I
you.
get
But
what
for
you're
That's never
some
going
saying.
to be my first reaction, regardless. I don't give a fuck how much live and likes it is. No, that's never going to be my first reaction. I'm not cut
but
like that.
danger is becoming so of much of a normal to everybody because of social media.
I'll give you that. Yes,
You know what I'm
it
saying? So now
desensitizes you to
people
true
it
danger. Absolutely.
desensitizes it to a point where you was like you get away from dangerous shit. Now you see it so much, even if you don't see it in person, you see it so much through programming of the social media and what's viral that
That's
it
a great point.
desensitizes you where you won't even react the same. Like
You
I
right.
remember, man, listen, like 2 weeks ago, much as I done been known to run away from shots or hearing shots and duck, I swear to you not. About 2 weeks ago, I was at a location where they start shooting at a gas station, and
You
as I
didn't
was
buzz.
duck, and as I was ducking in my truck, I was laughing.
Mm.
Like it was funny. You feel what I'm saying? And I know it ain't funny. I've been shot before. I've been part of gun violence, so I know like how it could change in the drop of a sound that you hear. But like even I'm like, and I thought to myself like, how the you feel what I'm
So
saying?
what
How
were you
that's funny
laughing?
to
What
me.
made you laugh? Yeah, what were you laughing at?
You guess better. I asked myself like, what the hell made you like you tripping?
Was it a nervous laugh? You know, some people
It,
laugh out of
it, it,
nervousness
it seemed
or
like it's probably more of those, oh shit, uh oh.
Yeah,
Or
but
was
you
it
know how you
like,
get scared at a haunted house and you say but you laugh because you know you at a haunted house. So you might scream at a haunted house, but you still laugh as you running.
I see what you're
It
saying.
Could
was
you
that
been
that
laughing
type
at
of
that? Could you been laughing at the fact that you were safe and it won't you this time?
maybe I don't know, but what I'm saying
But here,
either way, to laugh, you to laugh during that time, it's like it gotta be. It ain't. That's not my nature.
You're
Bino,
desensitized
but
to
Bino,
it.
but Bino, here's the golden ticket question right here, based off just bringing this back around. But did you pull your phone out and go live?
Right.
Hell no. I
Exactly.
couldn't. I would. I
Like,
ain't. Man, I ain't. I lost my phone. I wouldn't think about that phone. I had to go back to the house. I didn't have my phone there.
so
You know
it's
what I'm
like
saying?
that. That means you might dip your toe into this to the lifestyle of doing like social media, but your whole body ain't drowning in it like some of the younger people. Because a younger person would have went live. I know y'all seen that video with the two girls shooting at each other, and the girls talking junk right before she's
Why
like,
they was?
"Yeah, we about to pop off. We about to pop
I
off.
seen that.
Yeah, I'm about to
I
pop
seen
off.
that.
Yeah, it's about to go down." And I'm thinking they about to fight. No, she literally other girl that's talking junk starts shooting. She goes back to her car, starts shooting while live.
I seen that.
You see the gun in hand in the light. It's like she's purposely angling the cell phone at her hand while shooting at whoever. She goes back and reloads, shoots. This is all recorded live, and she's still talking junk. That's wild that you was willing to
Females.
go out your way to record a live of you having a gunfight with another person.
That's that's different,
But
bro.
see, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, right? I have been in a situation where it has been gun violence and several people was laying on the ground. It was nothing I can do. The police was already there, the ambulance, and I have took pictures like, damn, boy, look what I just went through. Like, it wasn't no live. I didn't go live, but it was a video. But I was definitely gonna post it later though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like, so you know what I'm saying? Like and it was matter of fact that happened. I got probably like 3 or 4 phone like videos like that on my phone from just being out and about and it happened. And I'm like, damn, look at this again. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just in my phone. I never posted it because I feel like the police gonna come question me about something. So I don't ever like
That's
really
And
crazy.
I was just about to ask, why did you do it?
Allegedly.
Okay, all right.
Allegedly.
police.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
allegedly.
Yeah.
I have never I've been in a lot of situations where there was fights. I've been in a few shootings and I don't want to go
I
too
ain't
deep into
do
a
it.
bunch of other stuff, but not once in my life have I ever thought to myself, recorded or something. That's crazy. I've seen people record fights of me in high school, and I the whole time I'm like, why you do that? Like, delete that. Like, I
Hey,
don't
that's
know.
where it started.
I don't like
It's
that.
it started with fights. It started
Mhm.
with
And
people
you know
fighting.
who was the biggest booster of that? Like you said
World
earlier,
Star.
World Star. World Star
Yep.
did it all. World Star, that was the World Star really only had 2 major things that was up there: high school fights or public fights, and Girls Gone Wild. Those were the main things that was getting thrown all over World Star. Everything else there was actually other stuff, educational stuff on World Star, but the only thing that really mattered was them fights. That was it.
Yeah.
And then from there, it was just everybody wanted to record fights at the schools, in public. And
Mhm.
I remember people used to like about to start a fight before the fight started. Hey, you recorded me? What? Why? Why would you record us? Like,
But okay. Now this goes back to my theory before. Like, is it that the social media made it more, or was it just report was always there? I
I,
still think
they
that
made it a
my
thing.
nature.
Nah, Strata, wherever
They
we
made it a
always been,
thing.
wherever we always seen is what we thought was nature. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever they,
No,
in generations, we can think about it
I'm
generationally. Like,
saying
it's
let's
snow
go
cone
back.
theory.
Let's go back to like the 30 or the 30s and 20s. Like I mean, it wasn't social media, but people was taking graphic pictures with people being hung and burned on the tree and like, thumbs up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Violence
So
and
like,
danger is
you
always the
know,
#1 entertainment.
Yeah, but
so
I think
crime
that
and taking pictures of crime, well, it
yeah, that's
wasn't
been
considered crime back then, but still like,
right. Like
violence.
the violent nature of humans, I think, have always existed. I think that what surprised us as a people was there was a way to connect it all and to find the trend. So think about it. If in your neighborhood is typical to see maybe 2 or 3 fights a week,
In your mind, that's about as much violence as you see. But then now you can tap in and you can see 90 fights in 2 weeks. You can see 10 more. It's not that the fights were happening because social media is like, all right, y'all get ready. They're going to put the light over here. It's like, no, they were already doing it. I think that social media just gave a way for us to connect what we already were.
Gave you more varieties, more access.
Yeah.
It's that monster. That monster was
like the red car experience. Like if you go buy a red car, you start seeing red cars everywhere.
More red cars. Exactly. You manifest more of what you're into. Now, these next couple of videos are a little weird. This one, not really weird. The first video I'm going to play, this one speaks to when going live goes wrong.
We just saw that.
Yeah.
And we got some takeout tonight. What you got? Cheese steak over there, man?
Look like cookout.
I feel like cooking today.
No, for real. Like,
I'm hungry than the one. I'm about to DoorDash.
Got my ribs. I can't wait to get off this live.
Oh,
Anyway,
so crazy. Y'all just over here with the full course meal and shit. Bet.
Can't wait to get off. All right, y'all.
Javon, I see the new hairdo. You got this. You got the sleek. You got the longest straight, shorty. I see peaches.
1B.
Not the 1B. Okay.
That's not trying to come for me. Look.
I be noticing y'all new hairdos. I got Brittany last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, God knows. I said, damn, I can't even.
It just me. I do it to my mama and my sisters too, y'all.
But you know what? I'm a bit.
Hey, dude, and to the fellas, don't get y'all females hairdos. Y'all can't let them go get their hair done and don't
Javonna,
tell
you
them
had a
that
lot
you
of
recognize
dopamine
it,
hits
bro.
on your event picture. That was a lot of dopamine hits. Oh, I got it, Squatter. Don't worry about it. I got you.
I was hoping that didn't come up. I was hoping I got through this.
I said the dopamine is real.
She had a lot of dopamine hits.
Let's watch this progressive live go into a car wreck. Let's get to it, y'all.
White people that aren't like serial killers like Ted Bundy.
Does your mom say you have to be LGBT? No, I can choose what I want to be, but
Go ahead, Lex. Go ahead. Keep talking. Say what you're saying.
My mom doesn't matter if I am gay or lesbian or any of that. She doesn't care. All she cares about is that I'm a part of it. And if I'm not a part of it, she'll try to convince me to join it. Cause I.
What? Are you saying right now?
What did he just say? What the hell did he just say?
Facts.
That I would convince you to join what?
The LGBTQIA plus community.
Boy, no. Boy,
You
hell
fucked up,
no.
mama.
And we
Mama, you fucked up.
Yeah, we
Boy,
definitely
I gotta breathe before I speak on that, boy.
Yeah, and I guess the question I want to ask is: real-time posting, is it good or bad?
Bad. I mean, no,
Never
not bad.
posting
Good,
real time.
because she got exposed. You got boy, and he was right, because the older brother tried to cut him off real quick. He was like,
Right.
he already knew. The older one knows social media enough to know my little brother's about to be honest, but his honesty is about to cut
But you
a hole
can't
into
say
my
that
mom.
because his mama said, "Go ahead, speak your mind."
Yeah, she said go ahead, but I'm saying that
She
the
ain't say
older
he was gonna
brother
say that.
knew. The older brother knew that he's
See,
about to cut her.
The younger
As soon
brother and
as
the older brother
the
already been
little brother
speaking
was about
about
to
this
say
shit.
something, and the older brother went, and he looked at him, and then that's when the mom was like, "No, go ahead." She set herself up for failure for one, because that boy came in, and the fact that he was able. Most of us can't say all the alphabet group that smoothly. He said it so smooth. LGBT. He said all the initials. She said the what? The LGBT. Like he said it
And
so
plus.
smooth. That means it gets said a lot in that
A lot.
house. He's getting
Right.
taught it in that house to the point he was able to say it. Right now, any one of y'all can say them letters. I give you $5. Go ahead, say all of them.
LGBTQ community.
Bite your lip off. You will not say the smooth as that boy. So that means he's getting taught it in that house. He's been educated about it, but he's also being pushed to be a part of something in it.
And what did the mama say at the end? What did the mama say at the end? She was like, no, I didn't say that or what? What she said something like kind of like that, right?
It was
She
Like I
like
didn't
basically was
take
I
trying to
it.
say
know
that he
you didn't say
said he
that.
said facts.
Yeah.
Like, mom, that's facts.
I think
So
I think
no, I think that them because that was probably a lie. That's why he tried to cut him off like that. I think kids can be honest at times, and I think that was a perfect example of a kid being honest about an agenda that was being pushed on him that should not have been.
I
Right.
think the take it so much off of the video and just talk about real time posting. I think that is the good and the bad, and the gift and the curse is that there is no edits, there is no do overs, right?
Mm-mm.
You don't get a chance to think it out. And we all know from being on these panels, like I appreciate y'all doing it, but y'all know we'll watch it back and be like, dang, I could have worded that better, or I should have said more here. Or you start thinking about what you could have done different. I think that's why we all are potting and getting better as we go. But for that reason, I think real time posting it's an art, and I don't know if it's good or bad. It's genuine.
That's probably the best way of wording it. It's genuine. Like you
It's
can't.
genuine. You
It's
can't fake
raw.
it.
It is what it is.
It's probably initial thoughts. Anybody else want to answer this?
I will say,
It's
I
I
think
think
more people are
Go
I
cautious.
ahead,
think it's
Peaches.
I think more people are cautious when they do go real time. Because at work, like, Wi-Fi sucks at work, especially with about 10,000 people in the same area. Like, a bite to eat. So before, but when I do get times to go live, I tell them, like, hey, I'm live. And, like, people, they talk different. They actually follow the script, and, they're more careful of what they do say versus me not saying anything at all. Then once we get done, they was like, "Oh, how did I do?" It's like you want that initial feedback. I'm like, why can't you just act like this 24/7? This is the right way to do something. Why? This is too easy.
That's too funny.
So yeah.
That's a good point, though, Jamal. That's a good
mm-hmm.
point.
Yeah.
Let's go to Bino. Real time posting is it good or bad?
I'm with like Javonna, and I'm with you too. Like it's genuine, and it's like a gift and the curse. But this the separation on the gift and the curse, the good and the bad. That goes back. Everybody is in the same class. I'm talking about the advanced, the little the little off, the LGBT community, the ones that's against them, the racists, the liberals. Everybody's in the same class when it comes to social media, right? And that's why it becomes a good or bad because it's really I'm glad they don't have restrictions where everybody has access to use and to use it to their benefit if they decide. But like real live time posting is fine because like Javonna said, like you be in a situation where like I'm going live and everybody know how to act. They basically know how like it's basically like we on set like a movie, right? You could be genuine, but you know how to act. Then you got some who gonna post their worst moments on real time. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like it depends on who hands is in, and everybody has the same power with this fucking technology, the social media. I'm talking about the worst of us to the best of us have the same exact power, and that's where shit get tricky at. You know what I'm saying? So then the algorithm stuff where they put in front of our face, we want to see stuff like that as human. I think that's our nature to not be bored because going to work every day is boring. Seeing the same person every day is boring. Taking kids every day is boring. So the viral shit is gonna be the crazy shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's
Well, excitement.
outside of what you see every day. It's the excitement that the science that go off. Like we need that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just funny, but that's what I got to say on that, man. It's both. It's both. It depends on who hands it in.
Look, can I piggyback on what he just said? I'm gonna say it was funny. I think it was like last year, maybe year before last. I know some people from back home was at a Charlotte Hornets game. I seen the photos that young lady posted where like what her dude and stuff like that. But then I seen some photos where somebody else posted and they was in the background. It was totally different. So like so you have like the good and bad.
Right.
I'm sitting here, I'm way down here in Texas. I'm looking like, dang, y'all let the
Same
game.
picture.
Yeah,
Same picture. Different results.
I'm like, Dad, don't y'all know each other? Y'all at the same game. Y'all ain't far from each other in the seat.
That's
But yeah,
funny how that
you saw like the good and bad.
Funny how that worked. Funny how that worked. Wardy, real time posting is it good or bad? You muted, brother. You muted, brother.
Real time post, I think is for the most part bad because dropping locations, you know what I'm saying? You too accessible, you know what I'm saying, real time. So I always think bad. I always think is, you know, take a picture or take your video and post it later when you ain't there no more, or when you know what I'm saying you can have time to edit it or look over it, something like that.
I mean, that makes sense. 'Cause that's when Pop Smoke.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
My boy
By
posted.
mistake.
You know you damn got beef.
By mistake, bro. Now the next few videos we got 2 more videos to get through, and I'm gonna play them concurrently. So I want you all to hold your thoughts, and then I'll ask the question after I play the second one. Cool?
Mm-hmm.
What you say, Brittany?
Stay right here. No, I'm talking to these kids of mine.
Oh, okay. All right, yo. I'm gonna play the first one, play the second one, then I'll ask the question. Y'all ready?
2 minutes ago, right? So look at that camera and let's tell everybody how you not hard. Tell them what kind of family you come from.
A good one.
Right, tell them what you trying to be.
Good boy.
No, who are you trying to portray like you are?
Someone that I'm not.
A gangster, right? Are you a gangster?
No.
Are you a thug? Do you come from a homeless family? Do you come from a family that doesn't give you shit?
No.
What are you going to be?
Somebody good.
Right? Is somebody in the future? Right? Put your hands down. Why are you scared? Tell them what happened to you when you got in trouble with the police.
I got arrested for somebody else's
No, I'm not that part. Let's get to that part. What you were doing in the back of the cop car?
crime.
Why?
Because everything that was going on.
Everything that was going on because you was what? Scared. You were scared, right? Say it.
All right, that's the first video, and we'll jump right into the second one. And make sure y'all hold y'all thoughts.
Hey, Instagram. Those of you that knows Keandria and that knows Taviana, aka Faith and Kimberly, I am their mother. Now, I done gave them plenty of chances to A, correct their language, B, present themselves like young women, and C, when I'm gone, to take care of my 5 and 6-year-old. So, I leave yesterday to celebrate Father's Day with my husband, and something say, I'm gonna leave them the phone, give them a little leadway, let them keep my cell phone, just if they do right, I let them out for punishment, because the hoes been fucking up for one. They don't do shit. They don't clean up. They can barely clean their ass, let alone keeping my house clean. They like to chase these little good-for-nothing ass niggas that ain't worth shit, for one. They don't carry themselves properly, those of y'all that really know them. Now, I done gave them a chance. There's no more chances. So now it's time to air their asses out. They like to sit up here and twerk, disrespectful to my 5 and 6-year-olds while they going live, and they supposed to be babysitting.
Yeah, so the person that was screen recording it, they did go back, and in the video, the mother went on to confront the 2 daughters and speak about their hygiene and how the sink had dirt in it and how they weren't properly kept. So my question is, would you use social media to discipline your child if they acted out on social media?
I'ma
Meaning,
say
if they made the offense on social media, would you then use social media as a parent to discipline them? Go ahead, CJ.
I would say, oh boy,
Right.
I would. I don't think I would be as intense as they were, but I would definitely have basically address whatever it is that she said or did in the videos and correct it while she was sitting beside me, or I make her correct it and then shut it all down. I don't think I would be as intense, because I think the mom number 2, she definitely that was funny to me, but she definitely put them on blast and talked straight trash to her daughters. But I feel like that's a reflection of her parenting. as for the mother number one, because it was a son, I'm pretty sure he's probably in a
Oh,
have both parents and be in good neighborhoods, and they still try to go out and want to be that tough thug, that persona that they're trying to carry. So I don't think it was probably parenting in that case. I'm pretty sure it was parenting for that mom though on number two. But for me, with my daughter, if she was to do some crazy reckless stuff, I am gonna sit her beside me and we're gonna look in that camera and address every BS that she just posted on social media and make her correct it. And then after that, I'm gonna shut her down from it completely.
Hey, can I go ahead and go? Mine is going to be similar to CJ with a little add on.
okay.
I agree with CJ. The second mom, she ain't doing no discipline. She just going in the camera talking shit. She ain't
Right.
doing no discipline. They ain't discipline. Telling social media that you can't discipline. Like you basically complaining, but where the discipline at? You ain't doing no discipline. Now I agree with CJ. Like these days, like if you're a certain parent with a certain child, like I would discipline them through making them do their punishment on social media. But at the same time, me personally as a parent, I would never do that to my kids because I think about myself as a kid, and for me, it will only make me do like it wouldn't make it no better for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I would feel a sense of embarrassment even though I know I embarrassed my mother. So as a child, like when I go amongst my peers again, I got to get my face back because they gonna see that. It's like, for instance, like getting whooped in school. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like for me, like my mom come to school and whoop me, and that has happened. Shit just make me come back and act better because I got to make sure like nobody play me about that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So
Right.
Hell
like for me, I wouldn't do it because if they got any of my blood, that's how my kids would react. Now for me, what I do is just take their social media away. They can't have a phone, nothing. Like they're gonna suffer. You feel what I'm saying? Like a whooping didn't punish me. You know what punished me? I could take a whooping. It hurts for 2 minutes. You know what hurt me? Not having my video game for the whole summer. Not being able to go outside for the whole summer. Not be able to walk uptown and chill with the boys for the whole no weekends.
Well, you
Taking
saw what
me off the
happened.
foot. That shit affect. That's what made me tighten up.
Right, but you saw that
That's
video
crazy.
probably about 4 or 5 months ago where that mama did something like that, and the boy went through there and tore the whole room all to pieces.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's when you got to strap him to
But
a wall and beat him like a slave from the 30s. That's when.
yeah. That's what. Yeah, facts.
that,
Yeah.
hey,
Hey,
like
look.
that's when you finally
And a lot
gotta
of kids
your
react that way
ancestors gotta
because
come out.
yeah, you don't let that kid go off with the way they don't went off for too long. Like you gotta nip it in the bud early, so by the time that won't happen, like you go ahead and do that off the rip. Like time they get a phone, time they 8 years old, you let them get a phone. And they in school, like they didn't let that boy go off too long. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how he gonna react.
Hey,
All
look, and I
right.
know what Bino said is true because I just did like a little interview with my daughter today, and we was, asking questions. Well, I was asking questions, and I was asking her questions about, her schooling, and she was like, "Yeah, when I was in started high school, I was a little, I was failing my grade in high school or whatever." And then I was like, "Well, did he do anything about discipline?" She was like, "Yeah, he took my phone." And I was like, would you rather him took your phone or give you a whooping?" She was like, "Did I still lose my phone if I got a whooping?" I was like, "Nah, the whooping is the whooping." And the phone was like, "Yeah, I'd rather got a whooping." So I was like, when I was like, "See, parents, y'all better take them phones because they don't give a damn about no whooping." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like for real, like taking that phone is really gonna have like I think Kevin Hart made a little like, "Come on, daddy, don't hurt me like that." You know what I'm saying? Get all like screaming and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it just speaks to the addiction part of it from, like kids, you will be able to really have it's damn near like Santa Claus. I'm gonna take your phone. Oh, I do whatever, daddy, or mom or whatever, So yeah.
Yeah. I'm deactivating their pages. You gotta start all over when you finally do get your phone back. Like your page
Yeah.
is
All
deactivated,
them
it's deleted,
selfies and boy,
it's
that
gone,
Instagram gonna hurt.
gone. All of it deleted. You
All
got
the
you
followers and
you don't
likes.
Hey,
exist no more. You feel
boy,
what I'm
you might
saying?
have to
Like
sleep with one eye open.
Look, you trying to say that? I said you gonna wake up with them ass is standing on top of you.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
telling you.
sir.
Go ahead, Brittany. Would you use social media to discipline your child if they acted out on social media?
No, I wouldn't. Like I said, y'all already heard me say I ain't post my man up there, so you know I ain't about to be my child up here do none of that stuff. Like I ain't for that type of embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? Like to
Right.
nobody. Like no, mm-mm. Because I
Yeah.
know I
Right.
seen it probably been a couple of years back. A man beat his daughter with a belt because she went to some dude. Don't y'all remember that one? Like she was
Oh
walking, he
yeah.
was whooping her with a belt. Then you got some cutting the kid's hair off. And they hollering,
I hate
screaming.
that
Like
haircut,
I,
man.
I
I hate
don't
that.
get the purpose of it. So yeah, no, miss me with that.
Right.
Gotcha. Giovanna, would you use social media to discipline your child if they acted out on social media?
I mean, if I were to, it wouldn't be like, oh no, embarrassment. Like mama number 2, like that was embarrassment. Like you call your own
Straight
daughter
up.
a hoe. Like I would
Straight up.
never
They
like
call
Cause
her a
she a
hoe.
hoe.
belittle them.
Right.
So
Oh,
yeah, so I would never like belittle them or embarrass them because if I'm doing it as that parent, then what I expect from the world or anyone else. So that's
How
that's
you
what
expect for them to act
right.
if you
So if it's
calling them
something
these
where it's
certain
more
things?
like if it's something more like a teaching, and not like a just like, all right, you gonna talk about positive to something. You gonna talk positive to the negative that you did, and like and show like your peers and stuff like why was this negative, but it wouldn't be to belittle them or something like that. It'd be more so towards a solution or something. Because I'm not about to belittle them.
Yeah, I don't think I would use social media to discipline my child, even if they acted out on social media, because I think my reaction to what they did speaks more to me than it does to what the child did. Yeah, it tells more about me as her father than it ever did about whatever her discretion was, right? And so it's almost like in order to make the point to embarrass her, I have to embarrass myself, because then people start asking, well, where the hell were you? What were you doing, Daddy, when she was
Right.
out here doing woo woo woo, right? I think the only exception to that rule that I think that I would make an exception, like if I were in a situation where, like, let's say my daughter were bullying another child, I would walk her to the other child's house and make her apologize. And then I would apologize to the child's parent, because at that point I am embarrassed with my daughter. And I would have to wear that. Like I didn't, somewhere along the way she missed a lesson, right? But I think that, like, if the acting out, so to speak, came at the detriment of another child's feelings, I think that but even then it wouldn't be social media. It would be me talking to the parent and more of a face-to-face thing. So even then I wouldn't resort to social media. I think only because the lessons you're trying to teach can cause too much trauma. We already saw the statistics on how teens feel about social media, the pressures they're already under. There's no need to add any more pressure to a developing adult still trying to figure out their bodies and hormones. Like, you're just making it more difficult. Like right now, we can all think of stories of people went to school with, and they just had nicknames that stuck off of one incident. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just never let them forget it, though.
I ain't even gonna lie. I've nicknamed people for that.
Yeah, like, as kids, we did some pretty atrocious shit to each other. And I think that with social media living on forever, you don't want to add to that.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Don't need
That's
your
what I'm
mama daddy
saying.
and
Cause that's how it would make me react. That's what I'm saying. What made me react the same way. Like, you put more pressure on me now, like to have to act a certain way, because these kids got my social media. They done seen you do all that, man. I gotta go to school. I'm about nah, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
And that second mom just want to be famous. That's all that was. She wanted attention.
That second mom. She can kiss
She
my ass.
wanted
That was
attention. She
disrespectful
wanted
from
attention.
beginning to the end. I
I
don't
didn't
like
like that
none
shit
of
at
that.
all,
I ain't
bro.
like
I was
none of
like,
that.
bro, if they can't watch themselves and you aware, that means you knew and you still
Like,
helping.
and
Like,
you
what
and
the
you going
hell, bro?
in
Like,
about their hygiene. Like,
but
you
you know
know
what?
about it.
To give the and I
What's
like
that? Did
playing
they ever
devil's
talk about the
advocate
ages of those
sometimes.
other daughters?
I think they were preteens, like 14.
Gotta be, because you said like
14,
they ain't
15.
watching the younger ones that's supposed to be
The
5 and 6.
5
So
and
that means the other
6,
ones got to
right?
be like kind of up there. That's crazy.
And the fact that you even have let me not say that because that happens a lot, but I think that, I don't know. I just think that the fact that we understood that they didn't get it. I can't even play devil's advocate because I was about to say maybe she just got tired of trying to tell them over and over.
Nah.
Man, all she
Yeah, that's
do,
why I
I'm
said I
about to
can't even
make
play
a
devil's
judgment.
advocate because I'm like, nah, that's just trash parenting.
I'm about to make an
Respectfully.
unfair judgment. All she do is work, come home and talk shit.
Yep,
I can see that.
I can see that.
I can see that.
That's all she do. Is work, pay bills, come home and talk shit.
Because for her to
And
be, she was
then
so
when she
natural with the
off,
street talking.
she ain't think about them. She chilling. doing whatever she do.
She thinking about the
Because she
husband.
just
She thinking
said
about the
she
husband.
just said it for the two girls who watch other kids, and she ain't even taking
Yeah.
care of those two kids. The older
That's
sister
what I'm
taking care
saying.
of them.
She chill, do whatever she do when she off. All she
And
do
you
is
know what
work, come
else I
home,
thought
talk
that was
shit, and
ironic?
get off and have and get herself out of her
That's
stressful ass life.
wow.
You know what else I thought was fucking hilarious? Their nicknames that they had on social media was more socially acceptable than their real names. Cause I
Yeah.
think there was
Kim
like
and Faith.
Katasha. Yeah, but their real names was like Kimatasha or some shit
It was
like
some
that.
ghetto shit.
Yeah, like so it's like even they names that they came up
I
with,
don't care
like,
that shit.
bro, you
Ghetto shit.
you got them fucked up from the name, big dog. Like I just thought that was ironic. My bad.
CJ
I'm
crazy.
petty.
Ghetto shit.
All right, y'all. So we got through the statistics. We identified the problems. We're aware. So, last question of the night: what are some healthy ways to control your social media intake, or just social media in general? Let's
Less of
go with CJ.
like the biggest thing is really less of it, to be honest with you. I know there was a time when I stopped messing with social media a lot. I think one of the biggest social media apps that I was really heavy on, especially during COVID time, was TikTok, which I think most of the world probably was on TikTok the most over everything else. And then I kind of wasn't messing with no other apps. And then I stopped messing with TikTok. So that was just more so in the gym. But I didn't really notice the difference of me not being on social media until when I got back to messing with it a little bit. And I realized man, I think I was good without it. Like I wasn't really thinking much about it at the time. But then when I got back into it, I was like, nah, I can't leave it alone. Now I'm like on that. Now I might want to reactivate my Twitter account. Like now I want to get back on all the apps. Like, come on now. So I would definitely say just simply put less time on those social media apps. If they ain't benefiting you, don't even be on them.
Let's go with Brittany. What are some healthy ways to control your social media intake?
I'm gonna just piggyback on what CJ said, but I'm also just add to finding something that you enjoy, some type of hobby that can take up that time. Because if you're just not doing nothing, you're gonna be inclined to that phone. You'll be looking like, you know what, and pick it right back up. So find
Mm.
something to do with your time. Like I know he said he went to the gym. If that's your
Yeah.
thing, if you like to, you know what I'm saying, go to a dance studio or do something that you always wanted to do, learn a new trade or something. I mean, do something else with your time.
I will say this, and I'm not pardon myself to interject right here to the rest of the panel, but I think a more clever way to think about this is make the social media work for you.
That's what I was about to say.
Like if you know you have another passion or there's something you really passionate about, use your social media to network to other people that are in that passion. Use it to find your tribe. You can use YouTube to find just as many instruction videos as you can find fight videos. You can use your Facebook and Instagram to tap in and find a mentor. You can literally change the way you use it to get a different result.
Which I
My
say the
bad if I stepped
algorithm
on
behind
anybody,
it,
but
the algorithm behind it, the more you look up certain things, the more you're going to
exactly
show. So yeah.
that
Right.
part.
And that's exactly true, because my TikTok ain't nothing but knowledge, wisdom,
Yeah.
and one or two butts. I ain't gonna lie.
A couple of
Hey, yo,
wagons.
just to
You know what
get
I'm
them
saying?
another tactic besides y'all, because everything y'all said I agree on, but just to get them another tactic if that don't work. Use it the way you would use it in a regular, general social environment. What would you go talk to your coworker about? You know what I'm saying? What would you show them? What would you allow them to know? If somebody was in a restaurant talking to you at a bar, what would you tell them? What would you allow them to know? And if you're comfortable enough to allow them to know them things, then it's it's pretty safe to say you ain't gonna tell them you had to beat your kids and they twerking all over the internet. It's pretty safe to say you ain't gonna tell your coworker and your barman that. So don't post it. You know what I'm saying? Post what you know that the public wouldn't mind. You wouldn't mind the public knowing. If you want to talk about controlling it, and anything else besides that, don't mean supposed to be on social media.
I like that, Bino. That was fire. All right, Giovanna, take us home. What are some healthy ways to control your social media intake?
So I would say definitely limit the time that you actually spend up there first and foremost. Like it was up to me. Like if I wasn't running an organization from my Facebook page, I probably would have got off that a while. Because sometimes it's a gift and a curse. Sometimes I don't even want it, but I need it in order to run the other pages as well. But definitely limit the time. Also, don't look for validation from it, as in a healthy tip. Like, make sure we're not looking for any type of validation from it, and be authentic up there. Because when you're not being authentic, and if you fall on that validation loophole, what happens when you don't get it? God
Right.
knows, right?
Have a mental breakdown. Oh my God, they don't like
Mm-hmm.
me. And weirdo.
So that'll be my pointers for healthy ways to control it.
Yeah, Giovanna, absolutely right. Being authentic is the most important because not being authentic allows you to get programmed so easy. And when you get this stress and this depression thing about you, that's because it ain't even you. Like you caring about shit that you ain't even supposed to care about because you wasn't being authentic, and then you became a sheep of the
Mm-hmm.
rest. So when you break, so every even the sheep, and for a while they gonna get tired. They gonna try you because you're not a sheep. You gonna look for yourself again, and then when you look for
Mm-hmm.
yourself and you don't get that same support because you wasn't being authentic at first, it's going to affect you. So being authentic is absolutely one of the most important things. No matter what you do on that motherfucker, even if you embarrass yourself, that's authentic you and cool.
But I got a question. What about if you go through changes and like you being authentic in this right now, but then you like, you know what, that ain't me no more. And
It wouldn't embarrass you because it was being authentic the whole time. So if you authentically have changed, then you would look at it as retrospect. You would look at it as a lesson learned, and you will be able to talk to people about it. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to express it. You'll be able to retrospect like we do every day, every week when we come up here. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Because I changed, but that was authentic me back then too. So I can talk to you right now about it with my chest
right,
out. You know what I'm
true
saying?
indeed.
Makes sense. Well, for everyone watching live, we appreciate you at the SPS podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe
The
to the
raw,
Raw Bunch.
the
You hear
raw,
me? You hear me?
Get that.
The
Get
Raw
in
Bunch
there.
is one of those, man.
the
Make sure
raw
y'all
bunch
tap
that
in.
promotes protection. Just,
Yeah, that part too. Bino, management, big dog.
I was like,
But
what? Okay.
yo, make sure y'all tap in with us every Mondays and Wednesdays. We go live at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna tackle these topics, statistics, problems, and solutions. If you all have any feedback, any comments, any topics you all want us to talk about, make sure you drop them in the video below. But again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the SPS podcast, bringing you statistics, problems, and solutions. To my panel, thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you all, man. This is one of our fastest podcasts we've
God
ever
knows.
Literally.
made.
I
You know what I
love it.
Yeah,
I
it
Literally.
love
mean?
it.
was.
Like, we getting it, y'all.
we
We
getting
getting it.
better.
You
The
know what I
raw,
mean? Like,
raw
the
let's do some more
Oh
shout
my
out.
God.
Shout out to Bino and Wardy for upgrading. Mike Gang. Mike
yeah.
Gang.
And Bino got his.
Yeah, I
Okay.
said Bino and Wardy. Yeah, we got the Mike Gang in the
Okay.
building.
Don't worry.
We're
I'm
gonna
gonna get
shout
mine
out
Hey,
too.
look, y'all ain't checked
me and
my. I got
Sheik.
my plants in the backdrop. I'm gonna try to
I
figure out how to
see.
get my plants in the picture.
I
You
see.
got the
You know
And
what I'm
just
saying?
drawing
take
and
a picture
He
and
got
put
the
everything.
picture in the back.
self-portrait. No, we
Hey,
got
Yes,
look,
you.
it's
what
a,
is that? What's that, Bino? What's that
it's a little
portrait?
self-portrait. You know what I'm saying? A couple of plants in the
Take,
back. I'm gonna figure out how to get it all in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta get
you gonna make
some
me have to
I
put. You
got
gonna
my
make,
shit
make
got
me
look
some
bring
like
mine
props
peaches.
down.
for
I'm in
Giovanna
the
because she
office
got
like
her
peaches. What y'all
whole
talking about?
yeah.
She got her lifetime achievement awards and Grammys and Oscars
Hey,
and
Strada,
shit in the
don't try to
background.
get out of here without We see your backdrop. We see that
First and
Let me
graffiti
go put
back
my
foremost, I
there,
want
my
to
purple
thank
boy.
heart on the
God.
wall.
We see that graffiti
Shout out to
backdrop.
Brittany.
Looking good, my
We ain't
boy.
have no drive-throughs
God
this
knows. Yeah.
episode.
Not this.
She kept it
Except for Bino
real.
pulling up with the cookout.
Yo, shout out to the
Right.
Oh, that was
babies.
Wody.
They was
Oh,
man,
Wody
they
with the
was in
That
cookout.
was Wody.
pocket, man. You know what they
Right.
gonna eat. We know that
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
much.
know
Water
what?
gonna
He gotta
eat
eat,
now.
man. My
What?
metabolism is very high, man. So I gotta eat this
He
food.
go
I
sneak
don't know
in
why
a
I came
meal.
across. I had this wing stock going.
All right, so this show's
Literally.
been sponsored by this show's been sponsored you all by Wingstop and Cookout, and I did have a Wendy's cup. So if y'all got sponsorships, drop your ad. It will go right there. You hit me?
Oh God. If you
Wow.
got
You
some
hit me?
food, send it to Wody and I'll
Sponsored
make
by
sure that
Remy as well.
Yeah.
Remy,
So we getting our
shouts out to the Raw
sponsorships up
Bunch, Remy.
early. Y'all, that was for
obey.
free. Yeah, Old Bay is real. But man, y'all have a great evening, man. We look
All
forward
right.
to coming back to y'all Wednesday at 6:30.
All right.
Take
Love.
it
Alrighty,
easy.
peace.
Raw
All
Bunch.
right,
Love.
All
gang.
right.
Peace.
out the mud and you clean up right. You can bet your bottom dollar I'ma be alright. I remember too clear, too many long nights with a stomach too empty and the full foresight. I can get it for the four, make the birds take flight. From a dirty floor to Camaro sound nights. Get a little distant when the goal's in sight. Before I die, I'ma live the best life of all time. And you can be by my side. I need you here by my rear, be the left to my right. Please don't trip, cause I'm fine. I'm in another zone, bring the zone, take to the house, to the goal line. Stir me while I'm whipping, baby. Pull out, you know I got it. Win another four, baby. Chop, breaking down this product. Do not disturb me while I'm whipping, baby. Pull out, you know I got it. Win another four, baby. Chop, breaking down this product.